You're probably going to get flagged now for starting and stopping your stream so many times in quick succession.
I got flagged for something.
You'll be banned for a week. Ha.
It'll be sad. Is this still a stream or a glorified Discord? How could a stream and a Discord be the same thing? How did it work?
Yeah. I see a menu with a portal and resume game and save game and load game and new game.
Un
Wow.
momento, por favor.
Games.
Time out for a second. That wasn't supposed to happen. Do you see
Are
that
they
thing at the
back
bottom?
yet?
What is that?
I
It's not a
think
surprise.
so.
I've never
Maybe.
seen it before. Never mind.
Maybe
It's
not.
a mystery I'll solve later. By myself. Because you'll be dead.
How's it looking?
Hang on, let me just
I wouldn't bother
Really
with
load
that
the
thing.
page,
I
because
guess
it's
this
still just
adjusting it will just
the
make your
menu
life
for me.
even worse somehow. I don't
there we
want
go.
to tell you your
Yeah, that
business.
looks
If you
way
were
better.
me, I'd leave that thing
I think it
alone.
was the arrow.
Might
Wait.
have been, yeah. Oh, wait.
Oh yeah, it's
Think I'm
stuttering
trying
now.
to trick you with
Oh.
reverse psychology? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, it started when you went through the portals, but walking around looks
Yeah.
fine.
So it might actually be an encoding thing, like when the
Okay,
game
fine.
has low
Don't touch it.
intense shit.
Pick it up
I mean,
and just
Paul's
stuff
really
it back
low,
into me.
like, effort. I mean, for my PC anyway.
Neither one of us knows what that thing does. Just put it in the corner, and I'll deal with it later.
Yeah, I would assume it was the arrow as well.
Oh yeah, it has a
That thing's
huge
probably
delay
some
now
kind
though.
of raw sewage container. Go ahead and rub
Yeah,
your
that was
face all
expected,
over
though.
it.
Oh, like even if you're on live, it's like really delayed?
Maybe you should marry that thing since you love it
I mean,
so much.
what's happening
Do
for
you
you
want
right
to
now?
marry it?
Hit the
I'll
menu and we'll
bet
tell
you
you
what
what
is
it
that
Okay,
key.
I will hit the menu now.
1,
Two.
2, 3.
Oh god. Can't. Oh yeah. This is a long delay.
Wow, yeah, that's
Still not there.
What the hell?
Yeah, I just now told you that. Yeah.
There we go.
Shit, man. That was like what, 25 seconds or something, I guess.
makes me wonder. I must have had like, yeah, I don't know what I must have had before, but that's improved it. I guess Aero might be the answer, but still seems a little bit off that it's running that badly. If it's still running badly, I'm assuming.
Well, like I said,
mean,
it looks
it's not
okay. It
really
just
bad.
had like a tiny stutter whenever you exited a portal.
But it wasn't perfect.
Everything else was
Try
fine.
PS4?
try streaming from your PS4 now, because that doesn't put any strain on your PC.
Yeah.
Oh, like maybe it was
Shouldn't
both
be
problems in
affected
one?
by- Maybe. Who
Yeah.
knows? I mean, the low latency, I think, impacts the CPU more. I'm not sure though.
Ugh, I'm gonna have to swap fucking OBSs now, aren't I?
Maybe. Do you? Can't you just switch the feed?
Wait, oh no. Hey, okay. Also, yeah, sorry chat. I'm gonna be ignoring you until I fix this.
You fuck chat. I mean, sorry chat. Your chat's gonna hate me.
Oh, and everyone knows your name. God damn it. You're lost.
It's like still black for you guys.
Nope.
No.
You're
Yeah.
hovering on download, on music.
Yeah, it looks better now, by the way. It's no stuttering.
This is fluid.
Could Aero have caused that, or was it the latency
Yeah,
thing? then?
arrow.
It really could have been arrow, yeah. It fucks things up.
Arrow really fucks shit up for me. I have to turn it off every time.
Does that mean I could actually get away with streaming PS4 now?
Maybe.
Yeah. You could probably get away
Before
with
the
changing
age
it
of
back
the
to low
twilight
latency.
set upon the gods, a legend
As
rose
well.
to
Well,
claim
I'm
his
gonna have to
place
stop the stream
among
for a while
them.
to do that.
And even though
No,
Kratos
so it's
sat on the
not
throne as the new god of war, he was haunted by visions
I'll be right
of
back.
his family. A family he himself murdered. But the hands of death could not defeat him. The sisters of fate could not control him. And on this day, the
Why does
man,
everyone want you to
the
play
legend,
Fortnite?
Kratos,
I don't know, but I don't play
had
Fortnite.
his revenge.
I don't even know what Fortnite is really. It's a battle royale game, I think.
Yeah. It's a cartoonish battle royale. And James, you can go ahead and send one, but we can't guarantee that he will accept it.
What now?
He asks if he can send. Can I send you a friend request? He says.
On YouTube? I don't think they do that on YouTube. Discord maybe,
Well,
I guess.
I'm thinking PS4.
Oh, there'd be no point. Like, it's not even that I'd be like, I don't want to. It's just that there is no point. I'm not going to be playing games with people because I don't have PlayStation Plus, and sending me messages on there aren't going to be answered compared to Discord, so.
No.
Also, hi Tom's
But I
J, how
mean-
you doing?
To answer his question, yes, he can, but that's about it.
Just go with Discord. It's a much more tismy idea, I think.
Autism is good in this scenario. This
You can
cutscene
use
looks
that
so much better
for
in high FPS mode.
Everything. Oh, it looks better, like good better, not bad better.
It looks more tismy.
I think I've still got it in. This is a lower resolution than possible, so I guess if it's working, I'll just leave it. Yeah, this is 1280 by 720, so. Oh well. Let's get in game, see how that looks, and then I can talk to chat finally instead of flimming around with my flams, you know.
But you're gonna have 25 seconds latency now.
Yeah, I can still talk to him. Those weirdos. I still talk to you, don't I?
Okay, waiting 25 seconds.
We were forged in victory.
My name is Zeus.
Zeus is fucking epic in this game.
So that's why
Mount
you
Olympus. Have you played this game at all? You should, Tism. You'd like it, Tism.
Rooted in the river of
Your opinion.
souls,
Oh,
our mountain emerged out
out of the chaos.
I wanna watch Orphe.
So too
There's a bit late for that.
of the Olympians. He created
Oh, there was a Wilhelm scream, yes.
a world of prosperity, a world that lives in the shadow and safety of my mountain,
My mountain.
a mountain that has come to be the absolute measure of strength and power.
I got 15 smite gems today. This is logged in for the 6th day in a row.
Now, on
I don't wanna
this
play
day,
Dark Souls, man.
that power is to be tested. The mortal Kratos seeks to destroy
Your
all
clan
that
wins
I
15
have wrought.
matches in a party of 2 or more. That's not ever gonna happen.
Put aside the petty grievances
Jeddah said it doesn't look
that
bad
have
better,
been
guys.
so long. We will unite. We will stand together.
I know what that means.
And I will wipe out this plague. Olympus will prevail.
Are there mods for this thing?
How does it look considering it's on a low resolution, by the way?
I mean, I don't have it full screen, so.
Hmm.
720, I guess. It's weird, I can still choose the option 1080 though.
Oh. I don't know how that works.
The YouTube standard.
Maybe it's I'm streaming in 1080 and I'm getting the PlayStation 4 is coming to my PC in 720.
Did you change it on Elgato, but not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is the one with the like the long black hair.
Look, I don't know what you just said because I was too wowed by the awesome cutscene. So what do you say?
Is this the one with the long white hair?
You like move close to your microphone.
Zeus the one with the long white hair?
No, Zeus is the girl. That's bullshit. Hello there. Yes, God of War 3, because God of War 3 is awesome. What do you think about some of the concerns aimed at the new God of War coming out this month? I will be playing it, so I'll find out if those concerns are to be trusted. But I mostly ignore... Like, Game & Brit Show did a rant a year ago about how God of War is going to be terrible now because they've changed a bunch of stuff. And I'm just like, you gotta wait for it to come out and see how it goes first. Of course it could be terrible, but like, let's see it first. And God of War 3 is the peak of the hack and slash style. It looks like they want to go somewhere else with it now, so I'm on board with that. Try something new, you know, why not? So yeah, I'll play it, and then we'll see if it's terrible or not. I decided to check out Hack Fraud Media after you recommended it in the World Class Bullshitter stream. Looks like Mike needs to step up his game or he'll be bested by fan reviews. I mean, yeah, a lot of people are going to be looking to Hack Fraud Media for Mike reviews because Mike won't be doing them. So it's interesting, in a way. Oh god, the Titan booped. But yes, if anybody had desperately wanted to ask me anything, I am now able to talk to you because, well, I can play this game and chat at the same time.
But he won't be able to answer you
Quickly.
less than 25 seconds.
Yeah, it'll take like fucking half a minute for you to hear my response.
If he reads it right away.
Yeah,
Which he probably won't, because he doesn't like you.
this is true.
I'm gonna play the match of the day on Smite.
What's that?
Damn it. It's called Air Ray. You can only play as Apollo, Freya, Rama, Thanatos, or Thor. All gods that go up in the air.
Neat.
Except for Freya. She just hovers a bit.
She's not as cool. Don't forget you can grab the enemies you launch into the air. Yes. Have you played Deus Ex Human Revolution? If so, what thoughts? No, I have not. I shall probably get around to it at some point, because I want to do a lot with the Deus Ex series. I would assume. We should make a thumbnail for this video of a picture of Canto Bite Kid going woo, or an image of livestream offline. I mean, that poor kid's probably going to get made fun of. I don't want to add to it, you know? Poor guy. Why does my milkshake bring all the boys to the yard? I don't know. Also, pineapples? Not really. Besides, they piss people off when they get involved with a certain food. Isn't that rightful to you? Oh.
I don't know what you said, but yes.
I have magical abilities and I didn't even realize. How do I forward roll? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Imagine this was Poseidon's ulti.
I don't like it.
Fuck, I've forgotten how I'm supposed to defend myself against that. Can I block that? I cannot block that, or at least not from that position. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do about that. But we'll figure it out, because video games are all about learndoms, you know? Oh shit, I forgot about that. Neat. To lay on his stream at his braid. Brilliant. Do you ever play Drunken Diablo? No. Is Kratos at least half as manly as you are? Nope. Are you concerned about God of War 4 just as I am after the latest gameplay video? I'm not really thrilled. I'm staying away from it. I'm just going to play it on day one and absorb as what I can. It could be bad, could be good. We shall find out, I suppose. I'm so frustrated hearing the word clone in this respect. The Last of Us didn't suddenly own games that have over-the-shoulder perspective and quiet moments. I agree. But everyone's going to associate it with The Last of Us because it was so popular. What happens, I guess. Love your TLJ videos. I think it's interesting that you said the movie could have used a script doctor. What do you think about the fact that Carrie Fisher worked as a script doctor after the OT? I didn't know that. That's cool. Wonder what she ended up fixing.
Probably not The Last Jedi.
No. I haven't seen Rebels or the Clone Wars, no. You're ruining my headcanon of you. What's the headcanon? Okay. You can't block it. Let's just try and do other stuff. Damn, this game's cool. I was trying to activate my ability when he did that, but I missed my opportunity.
The Last of Us is the most overrated game ever made. Might be right.
I still think Ocarina of Time takes that title.
Oh.
I gotta be careful saying that on stream though.
Too late. I've done it.
Did I? Am I streaming?
Fuck. 3 games late.
Ah. How am I supposed to move here? Oh, X, okay. Yeah. Why won't the horsey die? Poor Gaia, man. Just getting destroyed. Ooh, can pause whenever I want to. I have not played the DMC games, unfortunately. Good evening, CadP Gamer. Are you shit at games? All of them, without a doubt. Ooh. Oh wait, did that hit me? Oh. Yeah, I think I don't take damage if I use that move when he does that. I managed to not take damage with that too. Okay, well, that didn't work out. Damn it. Oh, nearly dead. Gotta love them squelching sounds. I don't know who World of Geekdom is, but I'd be on board with most people, I guess. The headcanon is that you make love to your pineapple waifu every night. Oh. Do you hate animals? Only horses. Would you ever play The Last Guardian on stream? I did. I wasn't very impressed with that game. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the Han Solo movie. Why not? The evade move can help you not getting hit, but watch out where you're going. Great time to check them out since the collection just came out on PS4 and PC. Avoid 2 though. Oh, DMC you talking about? Or but yes, fair enough. Oh, good old Kratos risking it right to the edge. So what are you two doing anyway? Anything interesting?
I'm playing Smitisms.
You winning?
Yes.
Oh.
This is actually a really fun game mode.
What's
I'm
the...
stuffing my face with food.
Is the gimmick just that everyone can fly?
Yeah, basically. So, right now we have 2 Thanatoses on our team and 2 Freyas, and they have 1 Apollo, 1 Thanatos, and 2 Freyas.
Well, neat, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of fun.
As long as you're having fun, Fortier, that's what matters to me. Okay?
Yes.
Good. Which movie genre would you say you hate the most? Probably romance? I way prefer romance elements inside other genres as opposed to a genre built entirely on a romance, I
Romantic
suppose.
Comedies.
I mean, they can be good. I just most of the time they're just very, very, you know, the same.
Yeah.
Bring it on! Oh wait, can I throw these at people? Oh, not quite like that. No,
Would you
not that
play a
either.
game mode if it was just 5 Thanatoses against 5 Thanatoses, and all you could use was your ults with 0 cooldown?
No. That would be horrible. Also, wow, these guys are equipped to hit me. Jesus! Yeah, that made me look way better at this game than I might be. Totally, 100%. Uh-oh. Yeah, I am rusty on God of War. I think it's good that I play this before 4 comes out so I can at least remember what the other ones were like.
I feel like 4 won't have a lot in common with these, though.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be able to do my video on it without mentioning these games.
True.
The thing is, if it was called God of War 4, I would still be defending the fact that it's changed style. Just because it's something you totally would be allowed to do in a series of games or whatever. 'Cause, I mean, everyone celebrates Resident Evil 7 for doing it, but everyone's condemning God of War so far. I suppose it all is a matter of context. However, it is called God of War, it's not called God of War 4, so that gives it even more of a, you know, space to say that it's just, yeah, we're doing a reboot.
Yep.
Even though they're not really, because I'm pretty sure they're carrying the story on, but I guess it's a soft reboot? Hardest difficulty you've beaten this on? Oh, the hardest, but that was when this game came out, which is what, like, I want to say like 8 years ago or something?
It's back when Mauler was good at video games.
Yes, I'm only good at Tetris now. Where are you guys chatting if you're not chatting in Discord? Oh, we are chatting in Discord. Will you play DS1 Remastered? I've seen some gameplay and it looks worse than DS1 on PC with mods. There's no, I'm not gonna buy it at this point. I don't think. I don't see there being much of a point. So how do I keep fucking that up? By the looks of things, Dark Souls Remastered isn't really Dark Souls Remastered. It's more just Dark Souls patched. Oh, there we go. Ah, oh no. Wait, how did I get all my health back? Boop. Alright, I'm getting a little bit better at this whole combat thing. Doom, 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 doom. Are there any secrets around you? I want to get stuff. Amy, give me a secret.
Oh, there's one, like, around the corner.
Oh, sweet.
I'm not telling you which corner, though.
Man, there's a lot of corners here. Oh my, that's an angry titan. Use the counter move to reflect the arrows and projectiles to the enemies. Fair enough. What are your thoughts on Ninja Theory's DMC Devil May Cry? I've not played it. Hello, Sapphire. After seeing you on Broadway TFA, gotta say you're constant. Can't wait to see this develop. In episode 8 was priceless. I thought people would like that. You excited for the Spyro Trilogy remaster? I always thought Spyro was okay. I never loved it. So I don't really care. I know Wolf is super excited, but there you go. The fourth God of War is a continuation of the third game, not a reboot. Yeah, but it's called God of War. And I said soft reboot, not reboot. What are your opinions on DS3? I like DS3 a lot. I don't think it got a fair shake with a lot of the criticisms, because it was like For some reason, like these days, it's like criticized as much as DS2, and I feel like that's just not quite right. Though I agree with a lot of the criticisms. Like it feels a little bit too much like they wanted to get the people who like Dark Souls 1 back, sort of thing. Oh dear. But like, it's probably my pick for like the one out of all of the From Software Soulsborne games with the most consistent quality bosses. And you can't deny its nice graphics, right guys?
Yes.
But yes, I need to play it a bit more in order to give a good judge.
Oh, fuck that. Dark Souls 3 is boring.
How dare you? Blum, blum, ba-da-dum, bum, ba. Oh, Hero Stream.
Bum, bum.
Bum, bum,
The
bum.
Christian mythology after the Spirit of Destiny. I don't know.
Hmm.
Why would you make a game about Christian mythology? It sounds really boring.
I am Jesus!
It would be Jesus. God.
It's a game about a Mexican guy. Okay, I see how it is.
Like, Christian mythology has a lot of fucked up shit, but there's not a lot of big, badass creatures running around.
Spam X to divide the sea.
Too many people would take offense to Christians' God being slaughtered by Kratos. That's, yeah, probably. Oh, I loved The Last Jedi. It was an awesome film. Yep. The only reason to get me through the new one is to see how hard they'll try at redeeming Kratos. It's gonna be a dumpster fire of fun. We'll see. It could be good. The fourth God of War is a continuation. God of GOT story or shit? Game of Thrones? I don't know. Y'all are weird. There's me trying to make sense of you people, and I'm just... I give up. I give up. Bum, 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 bum. Oh
Isn't
yeah,
there,
Ares
like,
is in here.
Isn't there a cartoon that's like based off of Christian mythology?
Uh-oh.
I remember I used to like that when I was a kid.
And there's a couple
Yeah.
of movie adaptations. It's like, what is it, The Prince of Egypt? Moses. There's
Yeah.
a couple of things.
Oh.
Pretty sure there's a lot of these movies as well.
So yeah, like you said, I mean, it's pretty like raw and like disgusting, but not much like that I think you can adapt into gameplay.
It doesn't make the huge epic boss battles. It's just
No, exactly. I get
just
fucked you
bring people a lot.
That bell went on the moment before impact to deflect enemy attacks.
Wow.
Oh, he just sort of yelled at me. Eh. Wow, he turns fast. Time to die, boy. Also, yeah, God of War 3 fixed the whole... I think it's in 1 and 2, they put the QuickTime events in the center of the screen. So you can fuck it up, but now they made it so that they appear on their respective positions on the controller. Which means you can do it, like, peripherally. Such,
Yeah, that
like...
really helps if you're not sure on what buttons are what, because you know.
I loved it as an addition. I was just like, thank Christ. But yeah, this is Ares' tomb. The villain of the first game is... Yeah, it's neat. Neat.
So what, you're saying that because it's a sequel, it should have, you know, references to the old one?
No, Ryan. It doesn't need to have references, because you'll just ruin it.
Oh.
The fallen god of war. Here lies Ares.
It took me a while to actually see he was just lying there. I didn't see it at all during the fight.
Well, you know what, Amy? That's not Fortia's fault, so can you not blame him?
But then the camera's like, look at this guy.
Stop blaming me.
Prince of Egypt was the title of that cartoon movie? Is that what you guys are thinking of?
Might be.
Yeah, that was definitely some of that. Was it Moses? I fucking
Moses.
Yeah, Rames and Moses.
This is one of those adaptations. I don't fucking know which one it is though. Though I have
Yeah,
kind
Prince
of
of
learned
Egypt.
this
That's
in
just...
my uni shit. I need to learn all the Bible stuffs.
How do you think the directors of Game of Thrones will make Season 8 work, or will it be rushed and a disappointing mess? I believe it's probably going to be rushed and disappointing. We shall see. Do you play any of the classic CRPGs like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, and Planetscape Torment? I'm afraid not, but Emi's played one of them.
Planetscape Torment. Wow.
Planescape Torment, sorry.
There we go.
I'm sorry, I read it fast and things they just happen, okay? Joseph and the Coat of Many Colors. You mean the multicolored raincoat thing?
Raincoat.
Alright, Gaia, I guess I could save you. Whoa.
Weren't the Thrones creators gonna make a Star Wars spin-off as well? Not spin-off, but...
Their own trilogy, right?
Yeah. I don't know why, though. It's like, hey
Because your Game of
guys, you
Thrones
took the
is
stuff from
successful.
someone else's writing. How about you make your own trilogy?
Yeah, and their own stuff is so good, right?
Did Ryan Johnson write Looper?
I don't know. I'd have to check it. But my
Does-
guess is he had a lot of control over the screenplay.
Because I remember I watched it the other day, and I remember thinking it was okay, except for the end, where there's just like a, no pun intended here, giant loophole.
Yeah, you said that in the stream we had, didn't you?
Did I? Yeah, maybe I did.
Yeah, I remember having a lot more than one problem with that film.
Yeah, I didn't delve into it too much. I was just like, kind of like, watching it with a dead brain. But like, even my dead brain noticed the fucking loophole in the end. Just like, this makes absolutely no sense.
Isn't there a quote in the film where they say to stop thinking about it or whatever? Like they're like,
Ryan Johnson's safe, like safe words. He's like, "No, just stop thinking about it, okay?"
I'm pretty sure one of the characters like points out how something doesn't quite make sense, and then Bruce Willis is like, stop trying to make sense of it or something.
Yeah.
Oh right, I need to open it. Whoa! What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? Ah! Oh god. What's he doing? Oh god! That's the dead. Which god was your favorite? It would be 3. Are you Moslamic? I don't like mausoleums, if that's what that means, so no. How often do you cry into your Luke body pillow asking God why?
Why does he want to know that?
It'll help him, I guess.
How do you feel about all this taking place on Gaia's tit, by the way?
It's not. It's clearly her arm bone.
It's her chest muscle.
Yeah, and Emi, you're against feminism if you make jokes like that.
I mean, do you know Titan anatomy?
I do.
You can't say the T word.
Yeah, that's
Titan?
not how they like to
fit.
be called. God, look how much health I've lost already. That's awful.
In real life?
Yeah. Someone came into my room and hit me over the head, and my health bar like went really far down.
Oh man, not again.
Oh.
Also, that's a horse with crab legs, in case you didn't know.
Thank you.
That's weird, man. Is that a god of some sort?
It's Poseidon's pet horse, I guess. Hey man, seahorse. It's a thing.
Yeah, double system at night.
I bet you don't
So-
even like watch Animal Planet and stuff like that.
Poseidon was like, "Hey man, I want a horse, but I mean, it's gonna live under the sea, so I have to make it, special."
Seahorses are a thing. Sea crab horses aren't a thing, I suppose. Oh, good God. Well, that just took all my health.
Do the seahorse new money?
Yes. Oh, he's doing it again. Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh my God, Robert!
Oh, I looked like I was out of range there. Why did that still murder me? Do you like the Hitman series? Just not really. I haven't played much of it though, so can't give a good perspective on that one. We play Darksiders 3 when it comes out. I don't care for Darksiders that much, unfortunately. I need to play through them properly. But I prefer God of War. Move out when he does such an attack to give you room. Do it in general with every enemy. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Hey, man, you can't say you're against feminism if X. You have to say you're against women if X. That way it kills all potential nuance. Sorry, man. I'm still new to the rhetoric sort of thing.
I'm still new to feminism.
I prefer to see the Muller edition. Clueless Ryan Johnson would get what he deserves. I'm not sure what that means.
Yes.
Horseshoe crabs exist, Muller Rage. Yes, see? See? Also, thank you for the £2, Robert. Appreciate it.
Roberto.
Robertas Melofelda. Ow. No. Oh. Sorry, I'll get better at this whole dodging thing. I swear.
Hey, Mom.
Shut up.
Did you see that they removed the adventure mode?
Well, isn't it just... They just remove it because the next one will be ready at some point?
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
I'm letting they're gonna update the shit.
Can they ever add anything permanent?
Ah.
Oh,
No,
God.
no, 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 no.
Guys, this is game mode. You can play this for 3 months and then it's gone.
Hey, that's a way to escape that move. Yeah.
Check. They do the same shit. Hey, there's this content you can play as long as it's live. After that, you have to pay for it. Unless you logged in while it was live. Then you can always play it.
Are you talking about
I mean-
PlayStation Plus right now?
No, talking about Google.
Oh.
These guys don't do that. They just keep it fresh, you know?
Yeah.
Is that right? Any new games coming out this year you're looking forward to? No. Aside from this, God of War 4, I mean. Which we'll see if it's bad. Okay, guys, we'll see. You're playing too cerebrally. This is more of a red car game. Yeah, I need to do more research on that before I can understand such things, you know?
But what is the red car law?
Yeah. I think you should make a video on it, Fortier. You always seem very insightful on the topic.
I mean, I asked my mom, and she was like, yeah. Something funny and clever input here.
That was really funny and clever, dude.
Oh, thanks, man.
Joke's on you, horse. You missed.
I mean, my theory is the red car law says that any accident on the road ever always has a red car at its source.
Oh, he's beating me up, Mom. You tear that open, Kratos. Come on, Kratos.
Right? Because I don't have any evidence of that.
Hey, Mom, I'm doing it, I think. Ooh, that's gonna hit. Oh, and he does a like a rugby tackle into it too. Shoulder barge shit, man. See, it wasn't on her boobs at all. It was on her whatever that is, chest, upper.
Maybe it's a boob. How would you know?
I don't know. Wonder if there's a secret around here. Yeah. Wee. Now we are inside the Titan. We got a face. We get a face reveal at 50k. I don't know what the point would be. Is the stream actually working now? Yes. Thank the lords. Do you watch Mecha Gamezilla? I'm afraid not. Do you enjoy side-scroller games? Yes. An example would be the Mega Man series, at least the older ones. And yes, I really like Mega Man X. And then there's just a shit ton of other side-scroller games that I'm a fan of.
Hollow Knight, you were the one you never finished.
Oh, you've never finished it either.
You did.
You didn't.
You did.
Well, unless you release that video, no one's gonna believe you.
God damn it.
4.5 hours, man.
Yep.
Go on.
Every time I see you die against the horseshoe crab, I'm picturing the end of Doctor Strange. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. That's actually good. I like that in
Actually
Doctor
good.
Strange.
Are you implying that your chat is retarded?
That's pretty rude, Footy. I'm gonna have to get you banned, I'm afraid.
Oh my god, no.
Emi, would you take care of that?
Yes. Slash ban Richard.
Bum,
Yeah.
bum, ba-dum, ba-dum.
I don't think that worked. Oh, it's not Richard Footy, it's just Footy. Hang on.
It is
There
the
we
heart
go.
of Gaia.
There's like a second delay. I heard you type enter and then it didn't show up for me for like a second later.
Or that's because YouTube chat shit.
YouTube chat is shit.
It doesn't
Check
fix
this
everything, but it does establish some background flying. Oh yeah, I already mentioned. She says that she's flown a couple of ships or something. She says in the film, and then apparently in the lore, she's got a training simulation in that helmet that has helped her learn how to be a pilot.
What? This like dusty old helmet she pulls over her head and there's like sand in it.
There's like a tutorial or some shit. Yeah, I don't know if that's the same one, but that's what.
It's
People
better
have
not that one, because that looks like it's at least broken. Maybe once did that.
Oh, it's all bullshit anyway. But yeah, she screws it up herself because he says, "How did you do that?" She goes, "I don't know." And it's just like,
I mean, if people are actually saying that, then that's just like a cop out trying to be like, oh, okay, guys, we need to explain
it
this.
makes
People aren't liking
sense because she is the kind of character that would have. I can't believe I just pulled that out for no reason. I want to check that other way first.
The twist is going to be that it's the Force, right? The Force is doing all these things.
Oh yeah, I'm mentioning that in my new script as well. It's a common excuse for Star Wars eras where it's like, yeah, but the Force has made it happen. It's like, can we not? You don't need to do that.
Because the Force is destiny now. Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, it's treated like it's some form of a god.
Apparently.
Zeus's eagle
No,
beat the
no,
game to
no,
use
it's
this
a
item.
bunch of little, like, stupid nano machines, right? That's all
Hey
it
dude,
is.
this is pretty cool. Looks like somebody was eaten by Gaia and they drew a picture of her eating all the innocent people while they made a little camp here. And then they probably died.
What?
Environmental storytelling. Right here. High five. You should appreciate these things more. I loved your analysis of The Last Jedi. I have to disagree with you on a tiny point. Chewie had an arc. He met the Porgs, he ate one, enjoyed it, knew he'd be traveling soon, so he packed a snack. Oh, that actually corrects Chewie's involvement. Brilliant. Are you
It's not
fancy?
useless anymore.
Ever
Amazing.
seen the Venture Bros? Nope. Do you like sand? Yes. Sand is awesome. And Anakin and me are probably going to have a debate about that eventually. They ruined Star Wars as soon as people were flying TIE fighters in space without helmets on. There's supposed to be no atmosphere in a TIE fighter. Since when?
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
again,
but
I have to remind people,
like-
I'm coming from just watching the films. The part that gets me more is that, their TIE fighters, like, exploded, and they fling all the way down into space, but apparently that explosion didn't breach, you know, the atmosphere at all, which is interesting. Like, if we're assuming there is an atmosphere in a TIE fighter, which I know that there may be some kind of established lore and some other thing about how that's not a thing.
Well, maybe that's the twist. Maybe there's atmosphere in Star Wars space. We never know.
Maybe the Force controls the atmosphere.
You know, Emi, that might actually solve a few problems.
It would. It's just really cold out there.
And it also sucks you out whatever you... How do you explain why it sucks you out? Is there a big hoover in space that's constantly sucking everybody? It's like...
Gravity. She gets sucked towards the planet, not actually into space.
Come on, guys, we can reconcile all of it. All the explanations for Rey's abilities make her more pathetic. She took powers from Kylo's mind. Yeah, I mean, you guys have heard about that, right? The main explanation for the main canonical visual novel explanation for Rey's powers is that when she mind melded with Kylo, she essentially like copy and pasted his experience. Hello?
That's retarded.
Yeah, but it's really awesome.
I mean, I didn't say it wasn't. It can be awesome.
Do you remember
and
that
retarded.
lame fucking part of that older Star Wars film where the guy is like running around and talking to that weird Green Goblin dude? And like,
Yeah, couldn't they just sync their minds?
yeah, why not do that? That's actually a good point. I'm gonna make a note.
Come on, Yoda, you're like the all-knowing Force man. Couldn't you just sync your mind with
Yoda
Luke?
sucks.
They just bring a Padawan in and they're just like, okay, sit down, Jimmy, and he's like, hey, and then like, and he's just like as powerful as Vader. And he's like, oh wow.
Thanks, Mom.
The center of every galaxy.
The answer to that, by the way, is going to be that Snoke's the only one who can do it because he's the only one powerful enough. And you're just like, ugh.
But he's dead now, so we don't have to worry about that anymore, guys.
True. He scavenged a copy of the Millennium Falcon for Dummies. Read the lore. Also, why was Han Solo all of a sudden an authority on how the Force works in Force Awakens? I mean, he was just bambling on about it, right? It's not like... Does he actually say anything beyond... It's true. All of it.
Doesn't matter because everyone's Force sensitive.
Yeah. Everybody has the Force, including Hux.
Not just everyone, everything.
Ever played Darksiders 1? I played it for a little bit, and I liked it, but not so much recently or anything. I know about the channel Awesome Drama, and it's amusing to me because I don't really like any of the content creators on there anymore, aside from maybe Phalus, but I don't watch him. Welshie was not bad actually too, but they're not great people, the people in charge. So this feels like reaping what you sow sort of thing. So the more the merrier in terms of people actually getting out what happened to them as a result of being in charge by the people at Channel Awesome, because, you know, get some justice done, I suppose. From a scale of A New Hope to The Last Jedi, how useful/useless will Chewie be in the Han Solo movie? He's probably going to be useful, right? Oh, I would imagine. Gotta use him for something, I hope, anyway. Like World War II Soviet tech.
I have to translate him to Solo, though.
Built for functionality, not the comfort of the pilot. At the center of the galaxy is a giant Henry Hoover. Can't disprove it, so it must be right. I haven't played any Lost Planet games. I've got all 3 of them, so maybe one day, but I say that about every game that ever existed, so... He does say that's not how the Force works, but I always looked at that as like a meme thing.
That's not how the Force works.
It's actually... I quite like that bit. Because he's just like, what the hell's our plan? And he goes, we'll use the Force. He's like, that's not how the Force works.
I can see him saying that to like 50% of The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about? Fucking Star Wars again, by the way.
Oh, check out that Poseidon. What's here?
I'll see it in 25 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You have disrespected the gods for the last time.
Game's so fucking epic, man. Ow! That hit me like 4 times.
Poseidon!
Damn you, Poseidon! Uh-oh. Oh, what's this? Ah! I should have jumped. Wait, I survived that? Oh, not entirely.
So is Kratos an actual god, or is he just like made up for the sake of the game?
Do you want to know? You ever going to play the games?
Is it?
I mean,
Spoiler?
God of War 1 and 2 is your rise to power, essentially. Well, rise and fall. He
Is
does a lot of
the
rising
name
and falling.
Kratos taking from the mythology.
Oh no, Kratos is made up.
Pretty sure he's made up for the game.
Okay. I was just thinking if they would ever like add him to Smite.
Oh, that would be cool though.
It would be. They'd probably have an issue.
I don't know if would that be considered breaking some kind of rule.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Character, they have to pay for it. They need the license.
Yeah, but they've stretched it, right? I don't know.
No,
They call him
they just take.
Kratos.
They don't just have gods, is my point.
Well, they have characters from different mythologies.
Well, yeah, there's no one there to
Well,
claim a
isn't it
copyright on
not
that.
just it's religion as well, right?
Yeah. They added Cerberus, who was apparently like Hades.
I'm not trying to be edgy, but they take from fiction, so why can't they take from this fiction?
Yeah, because this fiction is licensed, belongs to someone.
Oh, true. I'm saying I'm not saying it from a legal perspective. I'm saying would they be principled against using Kratos because of there's some arbitrary rule about their gods, you know?
I don't know.
Well, if they did that, then they could technically add Pikachu or some shit.
Yeah, it could.
I'm not against it. Zapdos.
Zapdos, the god of thunder. Wait, what?
Zeus is like, he's not even the god of thunder though, I am. Force vampires exist in the expanded universe. Is that a thing? The idea of everyone having the Force but only a few people taking the time to master it is something I'm on board with. They completely demolished that idea by trying to justify Rey. Yeah, I'm on board with it too. I think that it's almost like video games, you know, like everybody can play them, only some are going to be good at it, and then some can be amazing in terms of like, if they train at it and get skilled. The whole concept of skill ceiling and skill floor, essentially. I'm okay with everybody having the Force, and you can actually integrate midichlorians in there as well. It's just frustrating to bring in any kind of like actual measurement, because there's some things you could do with that.
Bring in midichlorian people. Oh, wait, not midichlorian people. Bring in the Force people to Smite.
Han Solo isn't really dead and will return in episode 9 to tell that to everybody. You played Fury, yes, and I did like it. I just haven't completed it. You underestimate the power of the Girds for the last time. An epic game of epic scale, and all are dying in an epic manner, and they say single-player experiences aren't rewarding. Wait, who says that? I thought that the worry these days is that there is less and less single-player stuff, which is frustrating people.
Yeah, I'll be in that camp.
Well, I mean, I'm not in that camp either, because you can find single-player games. Just gotta look. They're less in the mainstream, I suppose.
Being sad if there were less single-player games.
You say there would be less? You'd be sad if there were less?
Yes.
Sure, yeah. God of War is more respectful of Greek mythology than Wonder Woman has been in the entirety of her lore. Fair enough. I don't know the Wonder Woman lore, honestly. At what point would you be considered a god, which was the main concept? Oh, well that's the thing, right? Cerberus is in it. He's not a god. A dog. Or dog of the gods, I suppose. He's Hades'
God of dogs.
no, sorry. Dog of the gods is what I meant to say. He's Hades' pet. The gods, the door to the underworld. Is that the deal?
Let's see what it actually says.
All right.
Cerberus, warden of the underworld.
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Watches over the river Styx, blah, blah, blah.
And I mean, they added
Yes.
Achilles recently, and he's hero of the Trojan War.
Trojan.
Yeah.
Trojan.
Kenrick, thank you very much for the $5. Thoughts on the name Therm Scissor Punch from Solo Movie? Have you guys heard about Therm Scissor Punch?
Nope.
It's a character in the Solo film.
I haven't even seen the trailer for this.
It's getting
Scissor Punch.
it's getting highlighted for one of the worst character names in history. Therm Scissor Punch.
I'm a scissor punch you in the face.
I'm looking forward to seeing what it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be funny. It's just like, what the fuck's going on? Zeus is technically god of the skies. I thought he was god of the skies and god of the something else, depending on what you read. Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Everyone knows that Smite is like the place to go for lore.
Absolutely.
So what, Zeus? Zeus is god of the sky.
Okay.
Okay.
Next.
I have played Hollow Knight, I do like it. We know Grand Admiral Thrawn survives the ending of Star Wars Rebels, so I'm hoping he comes back to set the franchise straight. Yeah, I would love it if that happened. Just because of how much potential it has.
Lore page here.
What, on Smite?
You're saying you never read the lore.
I was gonna say, we already know this, we've talked about it before.
What's wrong with you?
I forgot about it. Well, I don't read every fucking lore page, fuck you.
To be honest, so far I liked all the MCU movies, even the DC ones. I thought they were great to watch, but I kind of understand why people have many problems with them. Yeah, that's fine.
Wait. The MCU movies, even the DC ones?
Yeah, he said, he said, I liked all the MCU movies, even the DC ones. I know that sounds like the DC are under the MCU, but that doesn't make sense, technically.
They are equivalents of each other.
Yeah. Almost like we're just talking about superheroes, I guess, would be the topic. What happened with Fox putting a strike on your channel? It's because I showed Angel for too long, but they've removed it now, so we're all good. Achilles is demigod, so he's at least 50% god. I was actually going to say that. I thought that Achilles was a demigod, and I suppose you can use demigods.
No, he's hero of the Trojan War.
Stop saying Trojan.
What's going on?
Just having a stream talking about shit, you know?
Guess what everyone's talking about again?
Cerberus!
Dim Scissor Punch.
What? Is it Star Wars?
That is Star Wars, actually. But that hasn't really been the topic. We've been talking about mythology, mainly.
Well,
Master Cerberus has unbound his servant to the battlefield of the gods.
I mean, I'll take that. I mean, at least, you know, that shit has not been done to death.
Stop
yet.
complaining, Al. Jesus.
It's what? It's like his whole thing, okay?
It's my whole
He doesn't
thing.
have anything else.
I don't. No. Callum has not written me a good enough fucking character arc. You cunt.
Yeah. I'll hire you as a writer if you want for to.
Blame him.
Yeah, Amy.
Nah.
Oh yeah,
Well.
the Death Stick dude in Clone Wars, or Attack of the Clones, sorry, was called Elan Sleazebagano.
Oh dear.
That was funny. The sole fact that I can influence the outcome of this video is mind-boggling to me. I'm not sure what... Do you mean this video? It's only a stream, you know? Can someone read questions so you can proceed with killing shit? I'm the one that's... everyone's too slow to do that, you know? You can't trust them. Do you know that the translations of Myths of Hades are... that he named his dog Cerberus Spot? That's not as effective. IMO. It's weird how in TFA the Jedi and the Force are a myth, despite 60 years ago they ventured across hundreds of planets fighting the Separatists, being witnessed by potentially billions of people. A lot of people would argue that the Empire essentially burned them from existence. You know, like, got rid of every detail.
Photoshopped all the galactic conflicts that occurred.
The thing is, yeah, there's so many people who would know about it that it feels hard for them to have
The Death Star
disappeared.
was an inside job, you know.
He's a bagger now.
Wait, IMO, I find DC better than the MCU. They take risks the MCU couldn't.
Yeah, and the risks pay off in the most worst films ever. Fucking
I just
made.
want you to give an example because I feel like Marvel are riskier than
No,
the
Cal,
M.
they had vision. They had courage.
Oh,
They took a
fucking-
risk.
How much of a gamble were Guardians of the Galaxy, fucking Ant-Man, and Ragnarok? Those three films. Well, I mean, a lot of people are probably gonna bite my head off for Ant-Man, but I think it's very different from the other films. So, you know.
Well, Guardians of the Galaxy aren't really as famous as, you know, the standard superheroes.
Well, no, that's why that's the call the risk because
I was gonna say, yeah, nobody
Yeah,
cares
that's
about
what I
them.
mean.
So.
it's like
Like-
okay, so you got this human guy, and then you got this green girl, and you got a tree. What? No, come back! Come
Yeah,
back!
I remember I was
He's
actually
funny!
He's a funny tree.
I remember when they first announced Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, what the fuck is this? I was
Yeah.
so disappointed, and then I watched it and I was like, ooh, I like it.
Vin Diesel voices him.
Come back.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, like what it was, whether or not who took the biggest risk, who cares? Was that
I mean, I don't think
It's
either
not
of them
an
have really
argument.
taken risks
It's not
in
an
terms of.
argument for its quality. It's not an
Yeah.
argument.
They took bigger risk, therefore they're better.
Well, I mean, chill out. He hasn't actually been able to develop that at all. He just said it.
No, he's wrong and stupid and deserves to
Oh
die.
my goodness. Oh wait, can someone give Alex the link for Oh wait, we don't need. No wait, yeah, we do. 40-year
I
old.
sent him the link.
Yeah,
Oh.
he did. Oh shit, actually, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
cool.
I
You got
got-
time.
Oh yeah, it's got back, so.
And we're probably going to want to come up with a second movie to watch as well, because we've got plenty of time.
When are we
Kind-
watching this?
What kind? A film that?
I don't know.
A film that? Well, is it a film that we want to push on the 40 as a oh you should watch this before you die, or is it?
I'm probably, since I think Metal's drinking, and I wouldn't mind chilling out since I got.
So you know what? Okay.
I don't need a mind-boggly film.
Interstellar then. Interstellar.
No.
No.
Everyone to sleep.
I have
Oh,
a
mate,
I have a
it-
couple of friends pushing me to go hang out with them. So
Oh,
are we watching it now or?
no,
Oh,
it's,
wait for now. You're gonna tell your friends fuck off, and you're gonna watch it.
you may go.
Damn, I'm bad at this. I'm just not paying attention. I'll try and read more chat. But what when you go in then, Footy?
Probably then.
Probably 11.
Now then. If
When will you be
we're
back?
not doing shit now.
That's the next question. In that
Wait, what do they want from you then? I figured you were saying like you're gonna have a night out or whatever.
No. They're just outside, like barbecuing and drinking.
Oh yeah, go
beers.
hang, go away.
Okay, bye.
All right. Yeah, because we'll just start up later. It's fine. Okay. Do you know translations? Is oh wait, I did that already. Remember when Luke talked to the Green Goblin? I'm trying to imagine Yoda as Green Goblin flying around that glider. You should watch Star Wars Holiday Special. Oh, I've seen it. I'll probably
Oh.
cover it eventually because it'll be funny. But
You-
it's only like half hour or some shit, right? It's not that long, or is it long? I've never watched it. Do you watch wrestling? Nope. Why is every video analysis game channel obsessed with Dark Souls? Because it's easy views. Who are some bands you're into? The two I go with are Rhapsody and Avantasia. They're my favorites.
Metallica. You know.
Red pill me on that guy with the glasses. Do you want me
No,
to
go-
explain
no,
why
go read
then?
Go read the Google Doc. Just,
Yeah, I was gonna say the Google Docs can be way better than me. If the enemy attacks aren't with a glow beforehand, you can block, counter, or evade.
although, Cal, so tell me, Cal, who do you think was the groomer in this Google Doc?
The groomer.
Yeah, one of the producers was known to groom a lot of fans, especially potentially underage fans.
Oh.
And one of the other producers who was also groomed by this person, who wanted to remain unknown, but is also a woman. But the biggest damning thing about it was that, well, from her perspective, everyone knew about it, but nobody said anything about it, kind of thing. Which obviously follows, well, it fits in line with everything else that's going on that side of the whole. Well, yeah, they didn't want to rock the boat ever, so if they committed murder, got away with it, they would not. Well, they wouldn't kick them off the channel, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't know, but it would probably be the people I don't know much about.
Well, a lot of people mention TJ, and it's like TJ didn't groom anyone.
No.
You can't groom bananas.
Um,
But,
Big Fania channel was deliberating on what to ask. My question is, if you personally could have changed Luke's story in The Last Jedi, what would you have done? Oh, I mean, I can't go into it in depth or anything, but I probably would have just have him be heroic, probably die in the third of the trilogy, and in the second one offer a lot of help and advice to the new heroes that he would have learned back in the original trilogy as a reference. And that's if he's there. I'm not even sure I would have had any of them back if I was to make a new trilogy for Star Wars.
what's wrong with having Luke the Legend instead of the green milk and drinking fucker?
Sausage Party is similar in many ways to God of War insofar as killing gods, rather the food for thought the people were gods. I don't know what's happening. DC movies subvert expectations because you expected them to be good. Yes.
Yeah. But I didn't expect them to be good. Like, why?
Guardians of the Galaxy wasn't a well-known team, but in terms of movie making, it's pretty safe. I disagree. I think they could have lost a lot of money on that one. Because trying to sell that to people, you'd be like, it's something that has nothing to do with anything you've seen before, based in space, and like I said, well, like Fortier said, raccoon in a tree. It's like...
I said that, but yeah.
Well, you said that, yeah. It's just, when you try and pitch that to people, they'll just be like, I'm alright, I'd rather see the new Transformers.
Yeah, people would just be like, oh, that sounds really goofy. I think goofy would be the word.
I'm just waiting for the new God of War. I don't have any feelings about it yet, but I know everyone's very apprehensive, so I'm looking forward to seeing if it is any good. Have you ever played any Dragon Age games? Nope. What do you think about the Force Awakens games? There's games? I want to play the Sly Cooper series, but the emulators don't work for them.
Yeah, that sucks.
When's the Dark Souls 3 vid? I don't necessarily plan on making one, but I know that people are going to keep asking. All the Marvel movies...
Or remake of Sly Cooper as well.
Probably will.
I think they were. I think I saw something on that, actually. Let me check.
You mean Rhapsody of Fire, right? They changed their name. Yeah, well, I mean, their songs are listed under Rhapsody and Rhapsody of Fire, so I just go with the original name, which was Rhapsody.
And then you got Luca Terrell's Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Shit, you know.
All the Marvel movies are fine, which is sort of the problem, all the way back to Iron Man. There's nothing the Marvel movies do that's more impressive than the Harry Potter films. I don't know how to respond to that.
What's that? Oh god.
When are you going to admit your channel was inspired by Matt Pat's game theory? Oh god.
Yeah, I probably didn't see anything.
How is he doing these days? Is he, I mean, someone in chat probably knows if he's still doing well or not. I don't imagine he's right.
Quinton Reviews has done a channel awesome video as well, because somebody shared that on the Spoonie subreddit.
Oh.
And I clicked on it, I was like, wait, who's this?
It's that guy.
Something's wrong, I can sense it.
He fucking did that ace parody of me, dude. He put me in my place.
Yeah.
Oh, they were going to make an animated Sly Cooper movie, but that never happened.
Huh. Oh, that's another thing. If Sly Cooper got some kind of remastery thing on PS4, I'd probably check that out at least. I just wish they would like fully release all of it, you know, onto PS4 as like a legacy, I don't know, thing.
I'm sure they will. Which is the case that it's not a gold mine like Crash was or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not... Kenrick, I'm not sure what the Force Awakens games are, but thank you for the $2, of course.
I was gonna say,
maybe
like,
Lego.
shit, you know, before Sly Cooper comes out, I want fucking Croc, baby. You ever played Croc?
Yeah, I played both of them. I did it with Stevie.
Yeah.
It was actually... I was quite impressed. Still, they're frustrating as hell, those games, when they want to be.
I know.
That person might mean the Force Unleashed games.
Oh! Yeah, I liked Force Unleashed 1 a lot, but I haven't played it recently enough, and the PC port isn't good enough for me to be doing it. But I remember being frustrated as hell with Force Unleashed 2 back when I was playing these games on 360, so that's all I remember, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, they're really bad ports, so yeah.
How much did you play ukulele before doing your critique? By the way, someone recommended you because of it, but I forgot who. Best decision ever. Oh, well, cool. I played ukulele, I think, a grand total of 5 times for the series. It's one of the shorter ones. Did you hear articles circulating on the internet about Simon Pegg admitting Rey's parentage was undone by The Last Jedi? People have been very dramatic about it, but what was said was he basically said, like, yeah, there was an idea that maybe Unkar Plutt was her parent. Yeah, but there was definitely going to be, you know, an important parent or relevant parent for Rey. Originally, he says that casually, and it's like, oh. And to be honest, I don't think that's a huge shock, but it is nice to get it, I guess, in stone, right? Like, because we all thought that was the case. That JJ wasn't actually planning for all these things to be nothing, because that's just weird. Who does that?
Oh yeah. I fully believe that the very second after the script or the thing was finished, when JJ went to see Ryan in a closed room, JJ just had to throttle him after death and then go, "You idiot."
No, publicly he loved it, man. He was just like, yeah, I loved it,
publicly,
loved it.
privately, he tried to throttle him.
for the record, the Walkers and Mike Michaud could face severe legal action because of all the shit revealed in that document. I'd be surprised, but sure. I mean, someone was saying in the Discord, it's like, oh, this is the downfall of Channel Awesome. They've lost 4,000 subs today or something.
No.
Leafy Issue lost like 50,000 and he's still fine. Like, it happens.
Well, dude, I had a quick check on his channel because I looked at his Social Blade and I was like, yeah, he's lost about 20,000 subs, over the week. But hang on, sorry, I'll let you. But he did a he made a Nostalgia Craig video yesterday or published it yesterday, and it's got 500,000 views. I'm like, yeah, I don't think the downfall's happening today, guys.
Yeah, I think something significant would have to come out for it to really kill him.
Yeah. The most that's happening is he had about 4,000 dislikes on that video, and most of the comments saying you're a piece of shit, and then today I saw it, he's deleted all those, someone deleted all those comments, now all the comments are going, oh, someone's deleted comments. Yeah. He's basically losing a few subscribers every minute, that's what's happening. Yeah, this is a tiniest of drips ever. It's so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is honestly just sounds or comes across as a bunch of fans who are like, oh wow, I'm still subscribed to him? Oh well, fuck that. Because if you go on his channel, or well, I say his channel, and also it's not meant to be his channel, it's meant to be Channel Awesome, but it's the Nostalgia Craig. You go on his uploads, and yeah, the Nostalgia Craig videos, all of them get at least 500,000 views, like bang, like that. And then there's this girl called Tamara Just Saw, and they get like less than 50k views, and like her series is like, every other day after Nostalgia Critic. And there's a bunch of other shit that nobody watches that's less than like 10k views here and there. But it's always just been Doug Walker that everyone, well, that's been the problem of it, since its inception, isn't it? And
yeah,
it's inconsequential unless he quits doing it, or unless you nail something about Doug specifically. Like Doug rapes someone or something like that, you're not gonna get fucking.
Well, like Tobuscus style, where it just erases him from the internet.
Yeah, no, but unless it's something like you pin on Doug exactly, because the running thing in the Google Doc and everything I've ever read about it is that although he takes that like I forget the word, but well, on the surface he appears to be like this impartial. I'm just a talent, but.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that he has an executive decision making on all of it, but yeah, it's like so whatever he did or didn't do, it's like you're not going to pin it on him specifically, regardless, unless you do, in which case then maybe something will happen. But a bunch of nobodies crying out saying, oh yeah, they were mean to me back in the day is fucking worthless.
I think he'll survive.
Dude, I mentioned it earlier, like Filmbrain. Filmbrain's got 18k subs after 10 years. You're bigger than him now, and you did that in 3 months.
I don't get how that's happened. I was looking at that, I was just like, how could that possibly have...
And he wasn't like, the main ensemble, but he was like one of the bigger ones there. And, and he's a fucking nobody, just like the majority of them.
Yeah, the other thing about the Nostalgia Critic is he did try to leave earlier on, and then basically everyone told him you're a fucking moron.
Oh, you're talking about when he made Demo Reel?
Which I saw a bit of that. I was thinking, holy crap, this is shite.
I couldn't believe her. Like, I remember still, because I remember where I was when I found out about that. I watched the trailer for it and I was like, what is he doing? It was the stupidest decision I've ever seen on the internet.
Yeah, the thing was, when Demo Reel came a thing, I watched one episode of it, okay, he's done, I'm not watching any more of that. And then about, I think February was when he decided to come back, and I just thought, something like the Timmy thing, the plant person. I was thinking, okay, this one I never saw back in the day, and then I thought, the wall's a different colour. And then the next week I thought, oh, he's come back, has he? I didn't know.
Yeah, well, I was long done watching anything Channel Awesome related, like for years before then.
I can't remember who was the last of them I watched before I gave up entirely.
Spoonie was the only guy that I actually properly he was the only one that I went to his actual website to watch his videos on, and then obviously his YouTube, and then his YouTube channel. But obviously that he self-imploded, unless Doug raped him. Somebody find out on that.
Well, technically, Spoonie raped Doug.
Oh, dude, do you remember this? Like, Al,
Spooning with Spoonie.
the way you fuck up Poseidon in this game.
Yeah. The only Channel Awesome guy I really watch these days, besides occasionally Snapdragon, oh, he's watching a film I don't particularly like. Okay. Is the Dom. He just does adaptation stuff where. The thing is, I didn't realize he was on Channel Awesome until he had just a cameo from Snapdragon.
I just remember towards the end, they just accepted like a shit ton of people. I remember being like over 100 content creators, and I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah, and I remember watching when Spoonie did his commentary on the Boldly Flee, the last, the anniversary film that, when Doug announced that he was, quitting the Nostalgia Critic. When he was talking about that, he was just on about how like loads of people that showed up for that, for the film set or whatever. He's like, I don't know who you are, and it's like, and also he was being honest about the whole. I don't watch other people's content. I'm busy, blah blah blah. All realistic, obvious points. And you say now like a lot of people were getting upset like that he hadn't watched their videos and stuff like that, or nobody in upper management or anything had watched their videos and all that. And I was like, yeah, it really just come across that they just picked up like anyone just to. I don't even know why, but well, I say they picked them up because obviously the whole thing was they weren't paying them either. But
also, yeah, I have like 3 pages of chat I'd have to get through, so I'm just gonna say like, if you really wanted me to answer your question, just repeat it from this point on, and I'll read that. Because it's too hard for me to keep up.
5 seconds from now, there's going to be a huge spam of questions.
I'll just say this again if that happens. I'll be like, no. Yeah, I remember liking.
Oh my God, streaming! I didn't notice. Crap.
That is the idea. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I really did not notice. I'm gonna get bollocked.
You're gonna get what? Why?
Well, I didn't realize it was you were streaming. I was supposedly on the privilege list in this game.
Privilege list. That list will probably not grow for a really long time. Like I said, you were just lucky with that.
Oh yeah, I know.
You got lucky, scum.
What are you, a Grey Jedi, is it?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
I was gonna say, we'll probably have more Jedi Knights, but I doubt we'll do more of that for a while. Oh yes.
I was basically just made Grey Jedi because I was the one with the decent mic, apparently.
I mean, we need people with decent mics and then, sane personalities. That would be the 2 requirements for becoming staff at the very least.
Yeah, I think you really need to get an FAQ, Cal. People asking about anime again. It's like, oh.
My hope is the larger your channel gets, you don't become more distant or spam videos for the sake of making quota per week. It's not gonna happen. I have a specific method for making videos that takes really long, and if I was to break it, then I wouldn't be making my videos, if you know what I mean. And yeah, I'll skip the anime question because I've answered it too much. 5 times, that's a lot. To be honest, I enjoyed the game and even finished it 100% before the patch came out, even though I thought it was great. Then again, a few things were meh. Yeah, I can agree with that. What happened with Fox gave you a strike on your channel? I showed a TV show. I challenged it, and apparently it's been released, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Ranking for Star Wars movies: the best is Empire, the worst is Last Jedi, and then everything else is in between. But I'd need to actually visualize them to get you a good order. OT is going to be above prequels, though, obviously.
Oh yeah, I mean the OTs are better films. I personally enjoy the prequels more, but I will always say the OTs are the better films.
You enjoy Phantom Menace more?
Well, not Phantom Menace. It's always going to be that guilty pleasure for me because that was my introduction to Star Wars, was watching Phantom Menace. So it's always going to be my favorite one.
Sure, but like a lot of people think of Revenge of the Sith when they think of the prequels. It's like, remember Phantom Menace, okay?
Well, I actually tend to think of Phantom Menace more because what I loved about that was just the idea of having this massive droid army just marching towards enemies and thinking.
But that's only like cool. 10 minutes of the film. When they actually fight.
Well, yeah, but remember, I was a kid, maybe about 9 or 10, and watching a badass robot army. I'm gonna remember that, aren't I?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
The pod racing.
I mean, hey, the pod racing is not too bad.
To be honest, 2's the one I always forget.
Somebody argued to me that I think it's ridiculous that Rey can pilot that well, but I don't. That Anakin is that good of a pod racer, and I was like, I don't remember him being an amazing pod racer. He fixes his pod when it gets damaged, and other than that, he's just driving around the canyons.
He's supposedly incredibly good at it because he's the only human capable of it. But by comparison to the other pod racers, he's average standard about. But for a human pod racer, he is absolutely exceptional. That's kind of the idea behind it.
What do you think of The Last of Us? I liked it. The characters were great, the story was spread thin, the gameplay was super repetitive, but I liked it. Been meaning to ask you why you have such a negative opinion of Game Grumps. I only watch their best of stuff, so I'm probably out of the loop. I don't think that they make videos for their passion anymore. I think that dropped along with JonTron. Anyone can enjoy watching people play games, obviously, but I lost my interest because it felt really forced, and I always reference Sleepy Grumps was the nail in the coffin for my perspective on Game Grumps. If you want more to notice your question, click Patreon below. There is no link anyway. Have you considered playing Yakuza series? No, I don't know much about that at all. Poseidon didn't see that coming. Beautiful. Please do a hate commentary for The Last Jedi. I mean, if I was ever going to do commentaries, it'd probably be with Alex, and do we have to do one for The Last Jedi? That's just going to be sad.
The Last Jedi, I imagine you'd just be going, the entire way through.
Phil, it could be good, so I'd be on board. I wouldn't want it to be bad, you know? Your counter-argument for Guardians of the Galaxy had to do with marketing. I think they meant story and structure and tropes were safe. Misfits, Prison Break, Big End Battle, Dead Mother, Mysterious Father. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But like if we're talking strictly about a risk. How would you redeem Kratos after he's just flooded Greece? I don't know why everyone's assuming he'll be redeemed. I think they're just going to be going for sympathetic in the new film. Game, sorry. And I mean,
interesting to see how they're going to explain, you know, killing what, the world serpent or something.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, he's killed bigger things.
Oh yeah, I suppose. But
I think the biggest thing he kills is in this game. Actually, is Kronos.
Yeah, the thing that's going to interest me, I think, is actually the fact that the Olympians are kind of third-generation gods, whereas the Norse ones, some of them are actually from the beginning of time. So it's going to be interesting seeing how they're just going to...
That's the thing. I don't know anything about Norse mythology, so...
The most I know comes from a couple of overly sarcastic productions videos, but they're pretty good.
That's the thing. I won't be the guy to talk to for whether it's accurate.
Frost giants. That's what we did, though.
No, they're taking my health away. Stop it. As long as they don't get my mana. I need my mana, you know? So as long as they don't take that, I'm good. Oh no, they're taking my mana. No! Who could have predicted this? Damn, man. Never go to the River Styx for a, you know, splash about. They took my Dark Souls as well. I was gonna use them to buy things.
I think I might start writing you an FAQ, Carl.
Have you played the KOTOR games, and which game do you think is better of the two? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm writing one.
One of the most common questions in...
Okay, from someone who's actually played both of them, release versions of the game, 1 is significantly better. 2, you do need the reconstruction mod. It does have very good ideas. I think it's a slightly better plot, but release versions, 1 blows it out of the park.
I mean, that's like your opinion, man.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But two's better, right? 2's better, right?
You said 1's better.
Well, as a release game, 1 was better. I mean, 2 has a more...
Who cares? It's 2018 current year argument. Doesn't matter. You know what was shit on day 1? A lot of games. Bloodlines. Dark Souls 1. There we go. Sorry. Go on.
Yeah, so the list is actually huge. I just can't even remember all of them.
Council 2 never got fixed. We had to rely on a fucking mod for it to be fixed.
So was Dark Souls 2? Oh, Dark Souls 1. Dark Souls 2 was just shit. What? No. Yeah, you had to rely on a mod. You had to rely on a mod because Obsidian got fucked and basically got stopped getting paid to make anything. Like immediately on day, like, well, it was basically rushed out the door. And yeah, I know Obsidian get criticized for having all their games rushed out the door. Fallout New Vegas being one of the more significant one, but yeah, after a mod, you know, it is significantly awesome. And like, I say the main, it doesn't even matter about the mod. Well, for the bugs it does, because if it doesn't run or you crash, whatever, fine. But just like which game does its story and mechanics or like, you know, gameplay mechanics better? It is KOTOR to every time.
Does that mod add anything except that one area? And
that one area is not technically in that mod. What that mod does is it's basically a massive bug fix. But yeah, 2 has better mechanics. The customization of weapons and armor is significantly better in 2. It is one of the things I would wish someone would mod in.
I'm just gonna mute them for a sec so I can answer some questions quick. No, I don't think there'll be a Half-Life 4, but we could be surprised. I don't think Quinton Reviews actually doesn't like me. I don't know what reason you'd have, but I'm still open for that debate if ever he gets around to it. Yeah, I don't know what the rules are for the Greek gods in God of War, and I'm assuming they're going to make a reason for why he ended up in the Norse side of god culture, but I don't know. We'll have to see, Joseph. No experience with Divinity games. Athena's a Force ghost. With regard to Daisy Ridley's comment on the Force, it is established in Episode 4 by Obi-Wan that all living things are connected by the Force, however it's not the same as wielding the Force. Agreed. Hold the phone. Did Athena just say death can't hold those with purpose? So all the people dying in the background just didn't love hard enough. How come Kratos can kill gods but can't break wooden doors? Are they enchanted? Probably. Do you think they should have shown a hooded figure sitting in a throne room chair facing away from Kylo Ren in a command ship looking out into space and then briefly showed the hand of Gungan? Video about Rogue One, yeah, eventually. And there we go, I've caught up.
We have been exiled from the stream.
No, that's fine. Yeah, how about that?
I'm back.
It's super echoey metal. I don't know what that is.
Oh, hey Mel, how you doing?
That's because of my big ass room, because I'm rich.
Get under a blanket.
Mel, stop being so rich.
Mel, you live in the cave. Shut up.
That's
something in the room.
That's an expensive cave.
You have like, you know, a little laptop, you hunched over it, and like, you know, you like run it on a treadmill at times to like, you know, heat up your generator.
Stop cracking things open, it's rude.
Yeah, so I actually just caught up the stream and I realised I said we've been exiled from the stream just as we were brought back into the stream.
Nah, but yeah, that FAQ is getting made now. Every time I see a question,
is the number one question, have you played KOTOR? Because it should be.
Yeah. But I'm also, every time I see one, I'm just gonna copy and paste it into Word and then type it into an answer and then I don't know, give it to bio or something like that to put it on something.
You could probably just make a whole new channel, right? A text channel, just pop it all in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on board with that. If you want to.
Because if it even like you makes like I don't know like a 1% difference of making questions not the same ones again, or especially about Star Wars.
How could there ever be an end to Star Wars questions? That's just unrealistic.
I know. But at least they might be slightly more original. I know. Obviously, a lot of people have the same questions. It's cool. But
what, like, what do I think of the philosophy of Kreia? Yeah.
No, that's a fairly good one.
No, it's not, because I haven't played KOTOR.
If no, sorry. I mean, like, if you knew about it. Sorry.
Okay.
True.
If you want an incredibly rushed version of Kreia's idea of the Force is an absolute fucking dickhead and needs to be killed.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll obviously will get around to KOTOR eventually, so.
That's cool, man.
Like, people who've been like, you should check out this video on the philosophy of Kreia, I'm always like, no, I want to do it myself first.
One thing I'll have to warn you about the KOTOR games is, remember, they were early 2000s role-playing games. They are incredibly clunky. I mean, they're fun, but can be somewhat difficult to get into.
Yeah, I've already played the first one for like an hour, but I couldn't get it working with the mods I had as well as I wanted, so I'm probably going to give it another go eventually.
Yeah.
With another attempt at fixing it.
One is harder to mod than 2, because 2 has Steam support.
You feel 2017 was the death of good sci-fi, with some of the best franchise being ruined, like Star Wars, Star Trek, and Mass Effect. I mean, I haven't seen all of sci-fi in 2017, and as for Trek, would have been ruined all the way back in 2000. What? Like, was it 14? The first one came out when everyone said it was bugs. Well, Star Trek fans, anyway.
Alright. Yeah.
And as for Mass Effect, like that, I don't see the connection between Mass Effect and then like sci-fi films.
Well, I was gonna say with that,
sci-fi is a genre in general.
I feel like that's a bit of a.
a drama that I like shat on, but Mass Effect 3 is where loads of people
that's
already,
true.
like cried out because the ending was so bad. I never played it, but
Yeah, I've never played it, but I know that.
I know that is the running thing, isn't it?
I personally think people kind of blew out how big the ending of Mass Effect 3 is terrible. I mean, it's not a very good ending, but the thing about games like that is they're not really about the ending. They're about the journey you get between. I mean, no one plays Fallout New Vegas to go, oh, I wonder what slides they get at the end.
Yeah, well, to be fair, they actually wanted there was meant to be a different ending as well for that, but rushed.
Yeah. Also, you can completely blame the ending of Mass Effect 3 on SWTOR becoming a thing because BioWare and EA said, "Oh, Mass Effect 3, you got a lovely big production crew. We need it for SWTOR. Hand them over."
I wouldn't say Game Grumps make Let's Plays. They just talk about funny and stupid shit. With a static with a game in the background instead of a static podcast screen. They got better around 2016. I mean,
they have a podcast also now.
I was gonna say they're a Let's Play channel. Let's Plays cover basically just I'm doing a Let's Play right now. Technically, it's not like Let's Play is a prestigious label of any kind. And got better around 2016. What do you think about that, Mel? You love Game Grumps.
I'm not watching anymore.
Oh, finally!
Oh, look at that!
Why though? Why did you stop?
Why don't?
Wrestling mostly.
Yeah, see, I have more respect for you picking wrestling over Game Grumps.
Yeah. Yeah.
You prefer Spider-Man 2 or Homecoming? Ooh, what do you think about that, Al?
Ooh. Need to see Spider-Man 2 again.
Yeah, I'd say that's my answer too. I need to see it again.
I haven't seen it in years. Can't remember.
Have to say though, Homecoming it's not an easy thing to beat with Spider-Man 2. From what I remember, Spider-Man 2 is good.
I remember the plot, but
well, isn't it that Peter's losing faith in being Spider-Man? He's losing his powers because of it. And his friend Dr. Person is like, you gotta believe in yourself, Peter. And then Dr. Octopus is like a guy who's trying to make cybernetic arm things so that he can assist him in his work of creating, what was it, like a renewable energy source or something?
Yeah, like he built the reactor in his New
Yeah.
York apartment. He's got a really big well, he's got like a big factory or a warehouse he has for himself.
Favorite Marvel movie, Civil War. I'll get to KOTOR eventually, more 2018. I say that about everything, so...
That's all you can.
Yeah.
You might do it. You might die tomorrow.
Quick thoughts on Rogue One. Flawed film, plenty of things not to like. I enjoyed it enough because of the things there were to like, and as far as I'm concerned, every scene with Vader was essentially the highlights of the film. Also, like K2SO as well. See, and that's... What a world where it's like... You know, that could have been way worse. Vader could have been ruined by Rogue One. They could have done anything with him.
And instead, they made him actually feared again.
Yeah.
Because
I still don't get why... Fucking Red Letter Media lost their shit at the final scene.
What's the best fucking thing about the movie?
I know, it's literally the best fucking thing. I dare say it's one of my favourite things in the whole saga, that one little bit.
Yeah, I'd agree
And
with
it's informed by the OT, right? Like, it's implied that this is the shit that he does, and then we get to actually see it. It's like, ooh.
And it also makes his restraint in episode 4 a bit more... Just going, he could flip out and kill everybody on this planet in a second.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not in the same team as Red Letter Media for Rogue One hatred, and that's again why everyone has a problem with them recently, because everyone's like, they're ambivalent about Star Wars these days, and it's like, no, they weren't though. They ripped into Rogue One like hard. And yet they don't with The Last Jedi. It's weird. We'll have to see, I suppose. Do you think the sequel trilogy is beyond saving? Yes. Which era of Spider-Man movie had the best villains, you think?
Need to rewatch, but probably the first.
Yeah, certainly not Amazing Spider-Man, and Homecoming's only had the one villain so far, but he's been pretty good, so I don't know. We'll have to see. How long does it take to usually make a rant or review critique video? So the rant ones take like a week if it's a new film. If it's a film that's already been done, like Force Awakens, it took me like 3 weeks to sort it all out, because the editing was way longer. And then for long critique videos, they can take anywhere between 1 or 2 months to like 4 or 5 months. There you go.
Excuse me, you right?
No.
Got like a stroke at.
Nothing wrong with having a stroke.
Soft drink sugar tax.
Having a stroke is a part of, you know, people's culture, so.
Oh man. Oh, I gotta find you this picture of the title is and people say Britain has no culture, and I gotta find you. I don't know if you've seen it, but
It sounds familiar.
I'll try and find it.
Yeah, seriously, people say that.
No. Oh, yeah. I could try and find it. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If you could make any particular Star Wars film, what would you make? Example, Obi-Wan standalone. It would be the Vader standalone. I would work my ass off to make it a horror film.
There you go.
Nice.
I just shared it on the Cantina.
I shall look, you know.
I'm not gonna lie, that actually brings back memories of watching that happen on the bus.
That's good.
You should post that in the Sarlacc pit, and then we can make that a pitch for people to join the Discord. There's a funny meme we're laughing at, and you only have access to that if you join the Discord. That's it's the only way to see the meme.
What the fuck?
Acted though. Okay.
It's so good, isn't it?
That's great.
We've had like 30 new people already in this stream. Wow. Fucking weirdos.
So we have several more people who need vetting.
Yeah, I'll share it on
Vetting,
the Sarlacc
yeah.
pit so everyone can see it. Oh no, I don't have permission to share it. No.
Well, I suppose
That's,
what I should
people
say,
can
yeah,
post
we have-
links on Sarlacc pit though.
I know,
For
but
certain people. I'm not sure how it works. Is it that we've got the permissions not right for
No, I think you can't ban links in general. It just doesn't like show the preview.
But Alex
Yeah.
can't post them.
I can't. I posted the link there, but I can't post the picture.
Yeah.
I can't just send it straight away. It won't let me.
Oh right, so they've got to click it to see it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It honestly that discourages the shit out of shit posting, which is good.
Well, it pretty much makes
I know.
meme images kind of impossible for the newcomers.
The ship Vader murdered on shoots away in front of him, but in A New Hope he's almost inquisitive and Leia is bluffing, which then becomes hilarious. I'm not sure I entirely agree with that. A lot of people point that out, where he's like, Darth Vader, only you'd be so bold. And then, I don't know, he asks for something and she's like, I'm not doing nothing. Then he's like, don't act surprised, Senator. Like, because he basically implies to her he's fully aware of just how evil she is, quote unquote, you know, or against the Empire, which is something he would be able to do had he saw her recently escape from a battle against the Empire, right? So, like, I don't know, does it really contradict it, or is it just you don't like that Vader was more obvious about how he saw her recently? Because the fact is he's got her now, and so he's just got to get those plans, and she's probably going to be executed, he doesn't care. I would actually say it's more of a thing that he should have been able to detect that that's his daughter. You know, Force stuff. But obviously that was retconned in, right, with the second film, or third film, I don't even...
Yeah,
second film.
because I think only Luke was okay. I think originally Darth Vader was supposed to have actually killed Luke's father. And
Yeah.
Leia and Luke were never supposed to be related. So we'll just retroactively put in.
What we really need is a visual novel with Captain Phasma as the main character.
And yeah,
Everything.
the reason my TFA rant has references to Last Jedi is because one of the biggest reasons people cite TFA as being awesome is because of all the setups, and it's like, how much are setups worth when they don't go anywhere?
Yep,
You can't really.
Yep, their setup, which is then handed to a person who doesn't care.
Yeah, it's like you can't cite setups in TFA for why the film is good anymore, even though that's kind of a flimsy reason to say something's good in the first place. Have you witnessed semi-recent gamer outcry over Wolfenstein 2 being a disappointing SJW pandering mess? I've heard about it. I don't particularly care. Did you ever play that, Al?
No, I
Do you-
was put off by it because
I've
the
seen,
reasons are more.
I've
And
seen like
price.
half of it, and I don't know where everyone's coming from.
I've
Probably in
seen-
later parts.
I've seen the Sin video for it from Dartskin. Yeah, I can't really think of any SJW moments except maybe there's a few black people kicking ass, which yeah, fair enough, have to do that.
I mean,
I
the
honestly
main
don't know. I've only heard of
character's
it.
White guy, right? That's like super anti-SJW.
Well, the main character is this ubermensch white man with blonde hair who can survive literally anything, including having his
the
head.
main villain is a woman. Woo. Shit.
Yep. Again, actually, I think both the main villains are women.
But where's Hitler?
Hitler,
never
Hitler's
actually
on.
appeared.
Is Hitler on the moon or is he on Mars making films?
I don't know.
He's-
Does he
he's-
ever actually appear in the game at all?
In the second one, he does. He appears. He's gone senile. He's pissing himself constantly. He's making films and he's getting people in to do it. And Ronald Reagan is one of the ones he gets in because he was an actor back in the old days. And Ronald Reagan says something, Hitler just shoots him.
Okay.
Hmm.
There you go.
I think BJ kills Hitler at some point because, well, obviously, if Hitler and BJ are in the same room, Hitler is not going to survive the incident.
Make a Vader versus Xenomorph movie just so someone can say the line, "There's an alien invader." Ew. But yes, that would make sense. If you were to choose which comic storyline would you want to see become a Marvel movie, I've not read the comics, which is another sad realization for a lot of people because they're like, no, I thought he was one of us. Do you personally accept?
I was gonna say they want you to be like Little Linkara.
Yeah, I'm alright. Hmm. Do you personally accept the sequel trilogy as canon? I don't know what that means. Canon can only be given meaning if you're consistent on a rule, right? So if all it means is what you consider to be canon, that's just who cares, right? Because that's only you are going to care about that. So then the only other option is what the person who holds the rights to the story has considered canon. So what does it even mean? Like, what do I consider actually happened? Because it's all fiction anyway, right?
Well, it's not what you consider actually happened. It's what the story writer
Well,
made
they-
happen.
Yeah, but if someone buys the story and adds to it, what happens then?
I think the idea of what's officially canon is if sequels are made, sequel includes that. So anything if the sequel trilogy is canon and they make another sequel trilogy, which they are with the makes of Game of Thrones, which is just go mental because those two do not know what they're doing. It's gonna be basically built in the universe where the sequel trilogy happened, which okay, that means it's going to be shit. Okay, we've got 40 years of expanded universe shit we still have. I don't care.
Just if someone can define what canon strictly means, then I'll give you an answer, I guess.
No, I won't
It's a
give it.
biblical term originally, so it's going to be a little bit.
Googling it.
Is it? It comes from the Bible?
Yes.
Canon definition. A general law, rule, principle, or criterion by which something is judged. A collection or list of sacred books accepted as genuine.
Genuine, then. So do I consider the new Star Wars films to be genuine Star Wars films?
It's basically what the... Yeah, alright.
That's stupid.
Because I just figure all it meant was, do I think in my head of what happened in the world of Star Wars, do I think The Last Jedi took place? And my answer would just be like, well, yeah. How could I not? Like, it sucks, but, you know, this is that property getting added to. I don't I don't get a choice as to whether or not. And you know, and if I personally decide to ignore The Last Jedi, then yeah, I guess anyone could do that. I don't know, I feel weird answering the question. My problem with RLM is that they defended The Force Awakens for the same reasons they attacked the prequels. Their videos make no sense. They can make people laugh, but they're biased. I'd love to have a conversation with them about The Last Jedi to get the truth out of them, because judging from that clip they have in Best of the Worst where they rip into The Last Jedi hardcore for like a minute, I think that they for some reason dampened their perspective on their video. They were like, it's not too bad, like shifty eyes. You like fudge? Yes. I'm not sure if you talked about this or not, but what are your thoughts on the Count Dankula case and verdict? Utterly ridiculous. I would say watch Jonathan Pye's video on it to get my perspective.
Oh, well, the "it's a fucking joke" mate one.
I just love the whole video. It's great. It's the obviousness that makes me laugh. It makes Leia look smug, although she is supposed to be serious. The tie-ins also personally annoy me because they turn everything into one big prophecy. I mean, I don't know. If it makes enough sense, I don't really mind it. I don't like the, you know, whole everybody's always in every significant area of everything happening in the Star Wars universe stuff, but if we're told that there are plans provided to Leia on that ship, I forget what the name of it is specifically, then and he said that they were beamed to the ship, that means that happened, right? And so they built a story around it. I don't know, it just seemed okay to me. Sarlacc Pit, how deep is your love? Build of Fools breaking us down. I think that's like song lyrics or something. What about the more recent moments related to Far Cry 5 and how it fails to further explore themes like white supremacy? Downward Thrust said that? Ew. Yeah, I don't know anything about Far Cry 5. As far as I know, people like it. I've heard good things. I don't know about like political stuff either, though. Ew. Chubby Medusa. Oh, I guess Gorgons are what Medusa is in this, so makes sense. There's more than one. It's fine. Yeah.
In the official, well, I say official, in the actual Greek mythology, there were 3 Gorgons. Medusa just one of them.
Ow. Tell you what, she is a bully. Now she's gonna die. Wonderful way to get the kill. Oh yeah, and if you decapitate a Gorgon in this, it gives you a free freeze everything around you moment, which is cool.
Ah, so the typical what happens in every single entertainment featuring Medusa. Jump on the head and use it.
Oh, I mean, if fucking Gorgon shows up, or Medusa shows up, I want to see some things get turned to stone, man. Otherwise, I'll be like, what a waste. Ah, I fucked it up. Only canon from Dark Souls ladder dude confirmed. Fucking, that's like the funniest part of the Dark Souls 3 experience. What would you think makes a great villain? The same thing that makes a great hero, just strong, consistent writing, and, you know, clear motivations. All that good stuff that makes you relate to him as a real person. Then again, you know, you might say that the villain in The Dark Knight doesn't exactly come across as a real person, so it's probably more complicated than that, to be honest. What are some of your favorite foods? I don't know, stuff that has sugar in it. I like that stuff.
No.
In fiction, canon is the material accepted as officially part of the story in the fictional universe of that story. It is often contrasted with or used as a basis for works of fan fiction. I just don't see what authority I have to say that something is or isn't canon. It's all going to be personal for everybody, aside from the official, which is what's provided by Disney now on top of what George Lucas helmed. They're the two canons, in my opinion. I don't see how you could have any more than that. Because how would you define it? It's like, okay, but there's the Lucas canon, and it's like, yeah, but why does Lucas get to have his own canon? Because he owned the rights? It's like, well, they've passed over now, legally, so I don't see... Isn't it just personal taste, and then it's all personal, so I was just like, eh.
Star Wars is probably one of the more complicated versions of that. I mean, there's just the which was so loose. It was just going, oh yeah, yeah, until a voice can completely contradicted everything is canon. It was kind of insane and not really easy to follow. Disney's is, though I don't think it's as good, it is significantly easier to follow because there's less of it.
I was gonna say nothing happens.
Actually, stuff does happen. I mean, the immediate aftermath of the Emperor dying is somewhat interesting because the Empire does fracture.
Oh wait, you're talking about Disney canon beyond the films?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's comic books. It's some really obscure videos I had on YouTube to actually realise what the hell was going on, but you'll never get overly much in the rest of the universe just by going by film and game and show canons. There's not much there. Well, it's mostly on the story. So.
Probably Red Letter Media didn't want to be branded as sexists. I imagine they're just bored of Star Wars. I don't know. They've been peddling that Star Wars is terrible, just like Marvel, for so long that when a bad one comes around, they're just like, what do we even do with this? Instead of having to explain it to people who love it, sort of thing.
Horrible Bondrels there.
You think there's a big battle between Kylo Ren, Rey, Luke Skywalker, Snoke, Knights of Ren, and some of Luke's Jedi Masters from his academy could have saved Episode 9?
Well,
it's going to be more complicated than that.
That would just be Star Wars Anchorman. It would be fucking hysterical.
Any more collaborations coming up with the World Class Bullshitters discussion? Well, he said that he'd happily talk to me again about Infinity War and the Han Solo film, so we'll probably sort something out. It was good fun doing that one. Which God of War is your favourite and which is your least favourite? One's my least favourite, three's my favourite, and it's just because the mechanics improve as time goes on, mostly. And I love the story in the third one more so than the others, just because it's so brutal. The hunting down and killing everybody sort of thing. Has Dishonored Wolf ever apologized for the April Fool's stream? He's trying to make it so that no one remembers it. The video's gone. I don't think anybody even downloaded it or anything. It's just really embarrassing. He got incredibly high. Like, beyond capacity for people who should. And he invited me on, and he was saying some shit that just... You just don't want to be live. Right, and he unlisted it, and then he listened back to it, and then he was like, yeah, I've deleted this. And I was like, yeah, I probably should.
What do you say?
Trust a furry to get absolutely wankered and not have self-restraint.
What the fuck was he saying?
I mean, I can talk to you about it later if you want. Some stuff that's probably not worth me saying on my stream, just in case I get flagged for hate speech or some shit.
Oh, it was that bad, was it? Oh.
Yes, it was pretty bad.
Oh dear.
And it was like 2 weeks ago or something, and I remember just being like, I was talking to my Discord at the time. I kept saying messages like "save me" with like Bible thump and shit. How'd you manage to get the strike removed? I put in an appeal and they approved it because it was spurious anyway. If you looked at my video, you're not going to assume I'm trying to repurpose the TV show to make money. You'd be like, oh, he played like a few seconds of it, and it was in like a skew-if weird thing. All I've learned is that there's different rules for streaming content versus making videos for content, which is interesting. What do you think would have been better had J.J. Abrams didn't show the First Order of Stormtroopers in Episode 7? This could have provided a better backstory for everything. Oh, do you mean like we establish all the characters before actually having conflict in the world or something? Because, I don't know, maybe. But that's not what he's going for, right? He wanted to get Episode 4 again, and that's what he did.
And that starts with just people running to positions, and then people in white armor shooting those people,
and the big smoke and the guy in black armor, yep, gotta have that.
Yep. And then person in black armor needlessly killing someone because he got annoyed, and then throwing him somewhere or something. The only thing that the opening missed was the fact that Poe Dameron didn't have a pair of tits on him.
Yeah, and that's sexist, to be honest.
I know, I mean, that part could have been so easily played by a woman, and J.J. Abrams had to make it a straight white man, or straight...
He's a trans and no one knows it yet.
He is a trans.
Yes.
Love this game. Great TFA rant, excited for more. Thank you for the $2, my site. And yeah, you got more TFA stuff coming. I'm still working on the script because it's extensive, this one. It's the kind of thing where I'm just like gutted for how long it's going to take me to bring it out, but as soon as I do bring it out, I think most people will be happy, you know. It's probably going to be 6 hours in total, so that's something to think about in terms of content, right? Woohoo.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Have you ever played Witcher 3? Nope, but I do want to play the Witcher games. To quote Mike Douglas, Star Wars isn't special anymore. True that. What would your persona be? I mean, just no. What do you think will be the fallout at Lucasfilm during following TLJ and imminent failure of Solo? I mean, I think Alex has said it before, but I'd love to be a fly on the wall in any of those meetings, just to see what's said between the people, the higher ups. Because, you know, as time goes on, it's going to be more and more blatant, and it's going to be more and more accepted that The Last Jedi is the worst Star Wars film in history. So, gutted for all the people who decided to go for the other team, like, I hate everything, but it's going to happen eventually, because all that's happening is that more and more days go by, and people are like, okay, maybe it isn't as good. It got released on Blu-ray, and a couple of people have changed their minds again now.
When I saw it in cinemas, it was so good, but when I got home and watched it on my own, I realised it's not that good.
I mean, dude, when you're in a theater filled with people who are laughing at the jokes or going, you know, like, woo, at the interesting, like, especially in America, then you can get convinced, like, this is a good movie, yeah. And then you watch it on your own in your house, and you're like, well, okay, wait.
I've heard stories of Americans in cinemas just screaming and clapping and laughing chorously and doing everything. And in Britain, it's just in Britain you'd be glared out of the room if you did that.
Oh yeah, everyone will be writing letters about you if you were to do that. They'd be like, "This is fucking unacceptable," is what this is.
Britain, we want to just sit back and watch the film.
Yeah, you'll be lucky to get people being rowdy at all in a British cinema. That's something I like personally, you know.
And if they are rowdy, chances are they're chavs who are having a domestic issue.
Feels like there should have been a trilogy prior to this one to establish it. Yeah, and it's too late to have made it about, you know, the classic characters or anything, so... How many words are you up to for your script so far? I think it's nearing 40k. But it's just gonna keep going. Take your time, no rush.
In the Grim Darks for 2018, there is only rant videos.
Hey man, what about the super long videos I make? You know, the ones that are so long that they use Shakespeare quotes on me? It's like my biggest weakness. It gets me every time.
Is it? Oh, I guess I'll use that.
No, don't do it. I love it. I never get a response. When they say brevity is the soul of wit, I never get a response to the question of, do you know how long the average Shakespeare work is? They're like, that's not relevant to this conversation. You're making a review. And a review, by definition, cannot be longer than the thing you're reviewing. God.
Oh, so you're comparing yourself to Shakespeare, are you?
Yeah, I should start doing that. But be like, when they say brevity soul, it's like, oh, well, I don't think I'm as good as Shakespeare, but thanks, I guess. You think you'll ever critique...
If you believe Derek Jacobi, then Shakespeare was just a random tit who picked up a screenplay one day and sold it.
Is that a Doctor Who reference, or is it something else?
No, Derek Jacobi, Mark Rylance, big name actors, part of the anti-Stratfordian movement who believe that Shakespeare didn't write Shakespeare. The reason I know this is because I'm from near Stratford, and I despise anyone who says Shakespeare didn't do it, because fuck you, we want some Midland decent people for once. Londoners can't have everything.
I've never even heard of that. Huh. Fair enough.
Oh, yeah, it began because people were utterly convinced that a member of the middle class couldn't possibly write these good plays and thought it had to be a nobleman.
Oh. Well.
Yep. That's why, because good old classism.
Episode 9, new characters, transabled Afro-Indonesian called Zia. Do you feel like the prequels are all remakes of the original trilogy? I hear people say that when people complain about the sequel trilogy. I don't see how you could say the prequels are remakes of the originals. They're so different in like style, tone, dialogue, visuals. Like everything is so different. Story especially. Do you ever think you'll critique other Rian Johnson films? Probably not, to be honest. I didn't think that much of Looper, and he's not made much else that I would consider going after, I guess.
Did he make Looper? Oh.
Yes. Solo won't necessarily fail. Negative press is still press. Many might go to see it just to see how bad it is. Buy a ticket purchase, still a ticket purchase. True. I mean, I'll be one of those, but it's in the interest of spreading the message to, you know, get out what the quality of the film will be. I'm sure there's probably a handful of people in my audience now who are going to refuse to see it and just wait for my video on it. And I've had comments like that, so... did you see the article where the journalist actually ranted after he saw it and then he bought the Blu-ray and now says it's a masterpiece? Good for him, I guess. Do you think political correctness killed the majority of the film industry? Potentially for certain films, I suppose, but I wouldn't know specifically if it managed to kill, you know, the entire film industry or anything, or like all films, because there's still loads of films out there that are still pretty damn good, you know?
The thing is, political correctness didn't really kill it, it's the people trying to cash in on political correctness who did, and they will cash in on anything. So it didn't matter what social movement was going on, it would be labelled as killing Hollywood.
Oh, can I not get this up there? Right. Oh, well, yeah, I gotta open the grate, haven't I? Oh, I can get over there? No. Damn you and your puzzles video game.
If you light me on fire, I cannot help you.
Maybe I want to light you on fire.
Please be more careful.
Oh, balls. Oh, really? How am I screwing this up so much? No! Well, I figured it out way too late. It's okay though, we'll do it again.
The joys of puzzles and video games.
What was your biggest plot hole for you, both Force Awakens and Last Jedi? I always just, because whenever someone, like, you know, what's the biggest problem, I always go with Luke. But biggest plot hole? I don't think of the specific plot holes that... Probably the space chase. They could have sent a Star Destroyer ahead and they didn't. That's major to me.
Hello. I just returned.
Hello. Because, like,
Hola.
that just ends the film, and they didn't do that, so, it's like, okay. And maybe that's not a plot hole, actually, because it's not necessarily a contradiction, it's just them being really, really stupid.
Well, what do you expect when your chief military officer is a ginger?
Exactly.
White male.
Soulless white male.
You need to be a white female to, like, you know, succeed in films.
Absolutely. Giddy up, horsey. Feel so bad for this guy. He's like, the one thing he doesn't want you to do is bring fire to his location. You're just like running towards him, breathing fire on this thing, just like blah, blah.
How are you gonna do a bikini reveal at 50k subs asking for a friend?
Yes. Can you respond to Star Wars Explained new video on why they never used hyperdrive before? Someone sent me that. I haven't watched it yet. It's gonna be stupid. He's gonna invent his own rules for why it makes sense. He's gonna headcanon a bunch of stuff because Star Wars Explained is a very Star Wars positive channel, right? Like, to say something against Star Wars would be a bad thing. Sort of angle.
My person from a Generation Tech, Star Wars Explained. Star Wars Explained just... Every single time he does a story, he always says about this Empire who's just, you know, sympathetic to the rebels and is then shot. Oh, right. I mean, some of us actually do kind of like the Empire.
I mean, I'm not convinced that they were all that bad for the galaxy. Not entirely. Blowing up planets at a whim was obviously a setback of sorts, but
They made the space trains run on time.
Exactly. Public transport was better than ever with them in charge.
I actually would not be surprised if it was, because if there's one
Because you get
benefit
killed
they
if you don't
had-
do it. They'll be like, okay. But yeah, I guess I'll check out the video at some point, but I'm sure it's going to be terrible. You're going to do... Would you rather fight one Sarlacc-sized Luke or 10 Luke-sized Sarlaccs? Easily the one... I always go with the smaller choice with those ones, because you can just mostly stamp on them all. You think Kathleen Kennedy is the root of all problems with Star Wars? Possibly, I wouldn't know though. A lot of people do blame her. Do you think Kratos directly appeals to angry young men in society? Probably. It'd probably get criticized for that if it came out today, which is why the new one's going to be a lot more emotionally sensitive. I imagine. Because, you know, this is toxic masculinity right now.
I'm gonna slap your ass.
This is toxic Metal Commander right now.
Even though Kratos is actually quite an accurate representation of what a ancient Greek hero would be,
How would you know? Did you alive? Were you alive then?
No, because I read a book.
Exactly, you wouldn't know.
Reading.
I don't like reading.
What kind of privileged white man am I to have access to the written word? There are tribes in Africa who don't even know what the letter R is.
Aww.
Only kidding.
I like doing this. This is fun. Is Interstellar a movie in your opinion? No. If Red Letter Media was worried about being branded as sexist, they wouldn't have completely trashed Ghostbusters 2016. Yeah, I don't think that the root of their lack of judgment for The Last Jedi is that they're avoiding being labeled as sexist. I think that they take the whole, I want to say something no one else has, way too seriously. So when Rogue One was adored, they were like, it's terrible. And then when The Last Jedi was the most divisive film in history, they can't go yes or no. They were like, it's no weird, you know, like, why is everyone surprised that a Star Wars film is average? And there's still stuff in it that works. It's like they were trying to counter both the positives and negatives at the same time. Sporadically interesting, that is the assessment. I just find it really weird because it's so fundamentally bad compared to, like, basically every other Star Wars film. Including The Force Awakens, by the way. I'm not sure why people think The Force Awakens is, like, in some cases worse than The Last Jedi.
It's not. I would consider The Force Awakens, if not an absolutely terrible film, an average Star Wars film at best. I mean, it's not as bad just as film-wise as some of the prequels. But it's
So
nowhere
if
near
that
as good.
movie offended a large amount of people, could it be classified as grossly offensive? And thus be a reason to ban Rian Johnson from the
I'm afraid that kind of doesn't work because the vast majority of Star Wars fans are privileged white men.
That's an interesting
I mean,
thought, though,
that
Evie,
would
just because of
probably
the stupid Dankula case.
assume that the majority of Jews living in Britain are privileged white men as well.
Why'd you have to bring the Jews into this, you anti-Semite? Go back to, I don't know, where
That's the silly thing I was referencing. That's
Oh, right. Yeah,
It's
I
a-
completely went over my head.
It's a
Oh,
good
wait,
point,
no,
Samuel
wait.
Gray.
It's not the Jews, is it? She said Allah is gay. So it's the Muslims. I'm sorry. Same thing, same God. Who
Oh.
gives a shit?
Oh yeah, same gods. They come from the same root person.
Oh, hey, Rags.
I mean,
And you
it
could jump
is.
into the Discord if you want to. Your flim flam. And thanks for your support as well, sir.
Privileged brown people, then. God, whatever.
What do you prefer as books? Visual novels? Visual novels are more like video games. Why do you prefer to... Wait, what? Why do you refer to books as visual novels? I'm mostly ripping into it and being sarcastic, because everybody refers to Star Wars as literature that attaches to the movies as visual novels, as if to give them some kind of prestigious title, when it's really just some guy wrote a comic that has, you know, nicer pictures, I suppose. So that I refer to it in a way that I'm trying to imply as a derogatory term, and trying to reduce the fact that everyone uses visual novel as a way to make it sound like it's more than just fan fiction. for a movie that came out. Well, I mean, you know, it's fanfiction made canon because it's made under Disney's name, right? Like that is what canon is, I suppose. But yeah, I usually use it in reference to Star Wars, in a way to try and sort of, you know, humiliate them a little bit, because I think it's so stupid that everyone always refers to them that way instead of just books. Books is a nice big broad title. Even a comic book is still a book.
Yep, well, it's in the name.
Yep. When you are hanging out with your friends and they want to watch The Last Jedi, so you drink all the host's beer they are saving for a party in their bathroom, improvise, adapt, overcome. I'm going to say yes to that. Comparing The Last Jedi and TFA is like comparing a slightly dry turd and a slightly wet one. Which one smells worse? I'd have to smell them though, right? That's the answer. Do you think...
Speaking of someone who has 2 dogs, I can tell you dry turds are significantly easy to clean up.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was going to say, comparing dry to wet is one thing, but in terms of smell, it's like, okay, that might be a different thing.
Oh, smell, they're both equally bad. It's just, the smell doesn't matter. If it's on the carpet,
But see,
can it be easily
I don't
cut up
think the TFA and The Last Jedi are equally bad, you know, so...
Well, they're not. I mean, one's significantly worse than the other.
Yeah, I agree.
Because one, if nothing else, yes, I know you said not to say this, but if one of nothing else, it did set up interesting ideas, and then the next one took those ideas and threw them in the garbage.
I'd say it's not just that. They have some nice character moments in The Force Awakens, and I am going to be talking about them in my big video. I'm going to have nice things to say about The Force Awakens. You better prepare yourselves, guys.
Yeah, there's the best Force Awakens I enjoyed. I mean, when I first left the cinema, I was thinking, oh, that's a pretty decent film. And it was pretty late, and I thought, hang on.
I think I understand, though, like, because, you know, people are going to blame it as the the beginning of the end, you know? Last Jedi may have killed it, but who provided the knife to The Last Jedi, you know? It was The Force Awakens.
Well, JJ kind of provided the knife, and Ryan just took off the blade and then tried stabbing someone with it.
No, Ryan was like, that's a cool knife, and then he got his gun out and he was like, can I use this? And it's like, oh god, I guess.
Yeah. So is JJ definitely taking complete control over episode 9 then?
No.
Oh yeah, because it's too... Okay, one thing I really detest about what's going on is Star Wars becoming a yearly thing, and I'm thinking...
Dude, look at this shit. I can't stay on this ledge. Oh, there we go. It kept popping me back out whenever I hit right. That was annoying as hell. Alright, anyway, go on. Do you think Star Wars fans would have loved the prequels had Lucas just copied the plot of A New Hope and multiple scenes out of... probably not, to be honest.
Well, they'd probably said the same thing we say about The Force Awakens now, going it's just the same thing again. Yeah, say what you will about the prequels, they tried something new.
We don't fully know how hyperspace works. This is going to be my argument for my series. Of course we don't know how it works because it's such a fictional thing, but Star Wars do a good job of really limiting the potential. They're like, it just travels you from A to B, it can be disabled, so you can't engage in traveling from A to B, and you need a bit of a cooldown. That's pretty much as far as they go in the films. And then they do this, and it's like, okay, now we've added this new rule. Does that change anything? And it's like, well, why didn't I use it before?
Yeah, and the thing is,
Doesn't
basically...
it contradict itself there? Isn't there like a thing where they...
Oh wait, hang on.
Behind the shield?
Can Jedi Masters not see the management chats?
I don't think so.
How do we make it so they can?
What, the Jedi Council?
I mean...
Well, the Senate and the Jedi Council.
Yeah, we could do that.
Because Jedi Masters are trusted, we're alright with that.
Edit channel, I suppose?
Jedi Masters...
Oh, no, I can't. Wait, can I? Oh, permission, sorry. Yeah, okay. So
Can view and connect now.
Rags, if you can hear me, hopefully it's appeared. If it hasn't, just jump into any chat and I'll drag you in.
Yeah, as the hyperspace thing, I mean, yes, I operate under old law, but the idea of hyperspace was that, as with most sci-fi thing, you're traveling into a different dimension to do it. And virtually all of those, even 40k, which is the most insane, overblown thing, where you're traveling through hell, you can't weaponize it.
Well, yeah, this is the two theories that are running, right? One is that it's just traveling really, really fast, and in which case it doesn't matter what you are, you can destroy anything at that speed, pretty much, even if you're a coin. And then you've got the other, which is that you slip into a different, like, dimension and travel from one part of that to the other, which pops you out back in the first dimension, right on schedule, whatever. And in which case, how does her move even make sense?
The second one is a generally accepted canon. The first one is the brand new one that came up, so Dr. Ellen from Jurassic Park and Allah Akbar are few white men.
Yeah, I'm not... Because this is the thing, right? I don't even want to watch his video if I can't talk to the guy. Because I'm just going to have to listen to him go on about a theory where I have a problem with the premise or something like that. I don't want to listen to it all get developed, is kind of what I'm saying. But we shall see. Oh, hey Rags, how you doing?
Hello.
We're just chilling. Nothing interesting's happening, don't worry.
Well, that's okay.
And
A-okay.
the strike came from I played a clip of a TV show on my stream that was really, really, like, it was like 6 seconds, and they strike me for it with a bot, and I just got it. I appealed and it got cleared up. It was Angel, which is fucking like 1 million years old, so I don't even know why there are so many like active bots for it.
I thought the rule was 10 seconds. You're allowed.
Yeah, no, same. All I've learned is that you do not want to, like, don't even think about playing TV shows or movies or clips of any kind on a stream actively. Even if you put it in a video, right? You could upload an episode. They'll be like, this has got a copyright notice. These people are going to monetize it for you, and you can choose to delete the video, or you can. And you're just like, okay. But if you like do it on a stream live, they'll strike you immediately. It's just like, fuck.
Yeah. It's not actually. I'm actually responsible in the chat for once. Yeah.
2000, right?
Vortex grenades. I was not meaning them. I was meaning that you can't really weaponize the act of traveling through the warp. Yeah, because the warp itself can be weaponized. You can't weaponize the fact of pointing your ship at something and going to the warp. If you do that, you just go into the warp. You do not connect with anything beyond the portal you go through.
Fuck, how do I let go of the wall?
That's how like Halo and stuff would work. You'd go into slip space, you'd go into some dimension overlaying the universe, and you'd pop out wherever.
No, what really happens is you fold a piece of paper and stick a pencil through it.
That's kind of the best explanation. It's basically how it works in most sci-fi settings. I think Star Trek does it.
How do you let go of the wall? None of my buttons do it.
There is a drop button, I'm pretty sure.
I've pressed all the buttons, Evie.
No, you missed one.
Help me, Evie, I've pressed the buttons. I'll wait for chat to give you the answer if there is something I've missed here. I have a feeling it might be like 2 buttons or something.
Well, press multiple buttons then.
I'm doing it, Mom! I'm stuck on the wall, help me.
I suppose that's one small advantage of consoles. If you have to press every button, it takes a lot quicker.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've been in the occasion on PC games where I'm just stuck. Okay, how do I get the menu up? Which go every single key one by one. Okay,
I could go to the controls and look it up, or I could press every button on this key.
And then complain to friends. It's like, help me.
Okay, the thing is, this happened when I was trying to play DayZ for the first time, and I was thinking, okay, it's Arma 2, one of the most complex games ever made. I was trying to go through that, and I got one button up, which got the map editor. I was not allowed to do that, so I was instantly kicked from the server.
Nice.
So I was just trying to figure out what to do, and I was kicked for doing it.
I figured out how to do it. I'll just... Oh my god, that worked! I did restart from last checkpoint, it took me right here. Oh, but it's...
stuck on the wall, though.
I'm stuck. I can't go back. That's the whole reason I just did that. I wanted to check... I think there was a secret, and I accidentally went past it. See, that's a... I hate that. Damn you, Dead Space is the best for that, in terms of an answer, because it gives you, you know, you use the thing that tells you where, essentially, the campaign is, and so every time you see an off-road, you can be like, oh, that's the secret then. Because I thought this was the secret, and then I realized that it wasn't, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh, so you basically stuck, wanted to go back.
It was probably like, what, 10 red orbs?
Well, who knows? It could have been one of the collectibles that gives me health upgrades. It could be anything. Also, now I have to know how to jump down, otherwise I can't get down from here. Game.
Games where restarting at checkpoint actually progresses you further into the, the mission.
Oh, do I have to
Like,
do it?
You're right. Like, yeah, I was.
I think I think there are a couple of those where if you're really stuck, you can go, okay, turn your gun on yourself.
Something's wrong. There's no way. There's got to be a drop-off button, and I just don't know what it is. But I've pressed all of them, I swear to God.
Google it for you. How...
Oh, it was R1. But I pressed R1 several times, so...
I don't believe you.
I did! How would I have missed that? That's one of the main buttons.
I don't know, greasy fingers, you slipped off.
No, I swear to God, I pressed all the buttons several times hard, so... individually.
Brilliant thing about the stream I'm watching is I've got maybe a 20-second delay, so I'm just hearing all this and thinking, okay, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, this has been a high-quality stream, there is no doubt.
Oh, you actually got down, yay.
How did the move go, Rags?
Well, I'm kind of in an inner... First off, moving sucks.
Yeah.
Like, moving is one of the shittiest things ever. And that's not even it. It's... So I had to, you have to get... The worst part is just the physical movement of all of your items out of your domicile and into someplace else. I'm one guy. I'm single. All my guests have to leave in the morning. But I have compiled so much crap and shit over the years, and I use basically none of it, that I probably spent more time throwing things away and carrying just bins of crap, garbage, papers, old electronics, things like just stuff. I just chucking things in bins and walking them out to the dumpster and poof poof doing that over and over. I spent more time throwing things away than lifting things up to save. You don't notice how weighed down you are by your stuff than when you have to move it all somewhere. And I hate that idea, the feeling that I'm weighed down to someplace. I mean, even of all the stuff I sold, or all the stuff I saved, I want to sell a bunch of it, move a lot of it out. I don't like having all this stuff.
Well, I hope that you get to the end of it quickly.
I am. I'm in an interim spot while they do renovations and things. But man, it's... moving is a drag.
Oh fuck, I didn't pick up the health that time. Screw you, game, I'm gonna use my powers of restarting checkpoint.
And now I'm looking around my room and looking at all the shit I probably have to throw away when I eventually move out.
God damn it. Yeah, I've got that same problem. Thank you for the $3.99, Rolling Thunder. I hate it when they don't have a message, because I'm like, what am I supposed to do? You didn't have a message!
Just say thank you, perhaps?
7 AM waking up in the morning, gotta be fresh, gotta go downstairs. That's lyrics from one of the greatest songs to ever hit YouTube, I believe. I used to have like the most dislikes as a record, didn't it? And then the Call of Duty trailer took over it, I believe.
Baby used to have the most dislikes and the most likes because teenagers. Then the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare got it because people were just tired of modern future stuff. And meanwhile, Battlefield 1 was going, let's do World War 1.
Okay, I have a list here. The most disliked YouTube videos of all time.
Wait, when was it written?
I'm about to take a look right now. Internet here's not as quick. June the 3rd of 2016. I could find one more recent.
Oh, Jesus.
List of most. Here's a Wikipedia page that probably gets updated more than once.
Wikipedia page is probably one of the more accurate ones.
All right. Let me check. Is there a way to say when it was last edited? The 1st of April 2018. All right, that's probably good. Let me see. Okay, so top here. Let me do the top 10. Starting at the bottom, Gangnam Style, with 2.02 million dislikes. But here's what's interesting.
The question is how many likes that video got, because they're probably like 50,000.
The dislike percentage. The dislike percentage is only 12.5%.
Yeah.
So that's how much fucking views that shit video has. So Sorry by Logan Paul. That's fairly recent. 2.12 million dislikes. That's a 56%. of the feedback.
44% of people were wrong.
So here's number 8 is Cortando o Botao do YouTube by Arwan Felix. That's from December of 2015.
Hello.
2.45 million dislikes, percentage 75. How is it? Wap Bap by Bippus Beauty Palace from May of 2017. 86.7% dislikes, giving it 2.75 million dislikes.
Whoa.
Despacito by Luis Fonsi featuring Daddy Yankee.
Yeah, fuck that song.
I hate that song.
I've never heard of it. I've never heard it.
You are
Dislikes.
lucky. You are very lucky.
3.02 million dislikes, but it's only 10%.
That's because that fucking thing has 5 billion views, because the entire Spanish community is going, we must dominate the internet.
Pretty much.
Well,
savages.
I don't know who Luis Fonsi is or Daddy Yankee.
Well, no one knew about that. but the
Some,
song blew up
some
like crazy.
Here we
Puerto
go.
Rican. Puerto Rican.
So, top 5. Friday by Rebecca Black. 3.1 million dislikes, making up a whopping 80% of the ratio.
Well, good for her. That's an achievement.
Someone
Number
like
4. Can this video get 1 million dislikes? By PewDiePie.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
3.34 million dislikes. That's 94% of feedback. Number 3, It's Everyday, Bro,
Ugh.
by Jake Paul featuring Tinging 10. 3.51 million dislikes, 59% of the views. Number 2, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare reveal trailer. 86% of feedback was dislikes, 3.7 million dislikes. And, holy shit. So, number 1 isn't just number 1, it's number 1 by a huge margin. Baby by Justin Bieber, featuring Ludacris. 8.84 million dislikes, 51%.
Wow.
So we went from 8.84 million as number 1 to down to 3.7 million for number 2.
Jesus.
Almost doubling it. Granted, it has a 6-year head start. but
Yeah,
there's
it is
no
pretty
way that
old.
The reveal trailer's it's not gonna catch up, ever.
Look at that question. Will you ever give anime a chance?
Yeah, and
Wow.
again, in response to the chat, I'm just some random schmo who was very lucky to be picked up by Mauler from the main chat of the Discord.
Hey,
Wait, is
speaking
somebody
of
calling you
schmo,
out or what?
The number 12 ranking for most disliked video is YouTube Rewind: The Shape of 2017 by YouTube.
Yeah, because it was
That
awful.
So shit.
What defines a character's depth for you? Some people say The Last Jedi gave Kylo Ren more depth than any characters in Star Wars. It's confusing depth because it's contradictive and annoying and whatever.
It's the depth of Adam Driver can do a good mouth breathing face.
I mean, I think it's a good actor. I
This is
don't know.
interesting. So, number 35 on this list is Can This Video Get Same Likes and Dislikes by PewDiePie? It has exactly 50.00% dislikes.
Wow.
PewDiePie's kind of cool, to be honest. These days, he's just.
I like PewDiePie. I really do. I think he's a good guy.
Yeah. I will admit,
I
I
couldn't-
used to kind of dislike on principle of just being the biggest guy on YouTube, but
I
these days
couldn't,
think, he's doing what he wants.
When I saw that clip of him playing PUBG, he just goes to kill someone, they like crouch or whatever, and he's just like, man, what a fucking... I was just like, really? I remember immediately being like, oh, you're gonna be in so much trouble for this, you stupid bastard. Cats or dogs?
God.
Oh wait, make sure you remind Rags how disappointed we are in his behavior. What did he do? What have you
I
done
don't
recently,
know.
Rags?
Maybe it's because I am a degenerate.
Oh,
Maybe
right.
that's what they're talking about.
Cats or dogs, don't let Rags' presence affect your answer. Dogs every time. Dogs are amazing.
Dogs, absolutely.
Will you ever give anime a chance? Yeah, I like anime. I think I've seen an anime of some sort. I've consumed such things.
An animal.
Metroid Prime
I thought
Federation
Aaron
Force
was
got a
The
ton of
enemy is
dislikes.
Good
Yeah.
entertainment.
I can barely hear your friends. Is that true?
When I actually listen to the stream, you're quite clear, and the rest of us are just quite quiet.
Well, there's not much I can do. You guys are at max.
God damn it.
I could lower everything else, including
Too
my pitiful voice.
much hassle.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you can hear them enough, you know.
That's fine.
There, I've lowered some other stuff, so now it should be balanced better.
Craig Thompson is Rags a trap.
Is he actually a
fine.
cat?
Jesus, Rags.
Who's in the chat with you? Bunch of randoms. Doesn't matter what their names are. It would be too difficult to read them out anyway. There's like, I think almost 5 of them. Insane. I don't understand why the Force Ghosts don't try and help the rebels or the Resistance. If they're already ghosts, can they even die a second time? Yeah, well, that's the thing, man. The Last Jedi's answered that question with, well, made the question even more annoying, I guess is what I should have said.
Also, it turns out, as a Jedi, when you die, you stay like that forever, so Yoda was cursed to be a puppet for the rest of existence.
Poor guy.
Well, I mean, what's the difference? If you can affect things in the real world, how is that in any way negative?
Yeah, it sounds like you would want that to happen. Maybe that's the lesson.
Yeah,
That's
no.
what Luke was doing. He was like, I want to be a Force Ghost, fuck this.
It's like, you're just so awful. You're just so awful, you should just die, Luke. Just die. You'll be competent again.
Yeah, the thing is, if he does show up as Force Ghost, I would not be that annoyed. I would be kind of just going, well, why did you kill him off then?
Because they want him to be a Force Ghost? Idiot.
Yeah, also, if he's a Force Ghost, there's going to be no tension in the scene he's in. He just wanders in the Force Ghost, someone
He's
shoots him,
gonna
goes,
try and teach Rey something, and then she's gonna be like, dude, I've got the books. Also, I'm Rey.
I'm back.
Hello, mortal.
Oh, hello.
there's one thing that being Rey and the books can't teach her. How to have a personality.
Aww. Are you sexist or something?
You can read books. You can learn some things through. You can read some books.
Yeah, you can get a personality through a book.
How to win friends and influence people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Pretending to be human for dummies.
Pretending to not be a robot by.
Rey was Snoke the whole time. That could actually be one of the ways to fix it all. Or, well,
Actually, yeah.
fix some of it anyway.
The thing is, having got some experience with the old EU, that is not that far-fetched.
The last Vermintide patch made the game easier. What the fuck? Why would you do that? Really?
Because it's too hard for the normies. Give them a chance.
There are 4 difficulty modes.
Fucking normies coming into Warhammer and make it easy.
Exactly. Good thing.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I'm more a 40k fanboy than a Warhammer one. Even though Sigmar is more badass than the Emperor ever will be.
Sigma! Oh my god, do I want to read these patch notes?
Probably do, yeah.
You can't read.
You're a dog.
Hey, Alex.
Well, thank God veteran items.
Can't even play video.
Alex, this person needs to be vetted. They've recommended Monster. Is Monster any good? No? Okay.
Monster?
You fucking say what?
The Animu.
I'm drinking Monster right now.
That's bad for you, dude, especially for dogs.
Nah, the
It
monster
is,
is.
but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't smoke. I don't chew tobacco. I don't do any kind of drugs. I barely drink. This is my vice.
Are you saying you haven't had a single weed?
I have.
I knew it.
It didn't really do anything for me.
Yeah.
No, it honestly didn't do anything. I was expecting something, but it didn't really. I don't know. Maybe I'm just so
This is where the
fucking
stoner tells you
amazing
that it doesn't get
naturally.
good till, like after your 10th joint or something.
I've heard that too, and then I'm like, well,
what?
Oh, okay.
I don't even know what Amy said. He just drifted into. I still can't hear you.
No, God.
He had a joint once. It was awful.
Tried to kill me.
It left me crippled.
Yeah,
Left me
I'm
scarred
afraid
and
I'm one of those-
deformed.
Yeah, I'm one of those really boring human beings who's never had anything like that. The most I've had is, okay, passive smoking, that's, everyone does that. I've had about maybe one glass of wine in my entire life, and I just okay.
Jesus.
Wait, by
dude.
passive smoking, do you mean when you
Secondhand
intake someone
smoke.
else's smoke?
Okay, passive smoking is just being in the same room as someone else is smoking. It has it does affect you, but it's
Wow.
You wimp.
Hardcore.
You whimpering fool! You're like, hey, man.
Tolerated
well.
the presence of a smoker in my immediate vicinity.
Oh, come on, Mr. Minotaurism. He hits me once and I lose all my HP. Oh, that's embarrassing. The game is
Okay,
asking me if I'd like to switch it to easy mode.
Mauler, please do not speak like the colonials. It's a Minotaur.
I don't hear you when you say Mauler. It just makes me disappear from life
There, you
itself.
see that again? Oh.
Well, I don't know your actual real world name, so I can't call you this.
Well, no.
That's not my fucking name, Mauler. Mauler's not my online name either.
Sorry.
Hugely.
What even is Mauler? Hugely.
Sounds like a rapist.
Well,
Maybe
because
it's supposed to.
Mauler, I kind of know what that is. I thought, okay. I'm an idiot, okay? Just ignore me.
I was gonna say, Mauler is like the British way of saying it. Because Americans go Mauler.
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 What if
Okay,
Luke
just
forced teleport and left his robes behind? That could be a retcon. One of the points I'm gonna make about the 9th episode is like a section on retcons, the amount that JJ is gonna rectify, and it'll all be under the guise of no, this was always the plan. Like, yeah, sure.
That's a good question though. Is Luke going to be naked as a Force Ghost? 'Cause he left
We
his
need to
clothes-
know the answer to that. That's
Well,
important.
Yeah,
Obi-Wan
I
left
don't know.
his. Oh, he just left his overcoat.
No, Obi-Wan had a cloak under his cloak.
No, it don't matter. You're gonna pick new clothes as soon as you like respawn.
It's like a little Force Ghost shop. It's like, would you like to wear a cloak? You can wear anything you want.
I don't think this accurately represents who I was when I was alive.
Yeah, he gets stuck in like a pink pajama because they're out of everything else.
The second,
Too many Force
the,
Ghosts.
the second you come to, you're just greeted by a really posh man's tuxedo going, "Excuse me, sir, deaf tuxedo or deaf tailor for you?"
We only have
Right away,
onesies in today, sir. Freaking Minotaur.
Or
Okay, that didn't seem like it hit me at all, Mr. Minotaur. That's cheating right there. That, Jesus.
Okay, what's the way they defeated the Minotaur in the actual mythology? Didn't they just slashed it to death, didn't they? That's what they did.
AK-47.
Pretty sure they didn't fight it at all. They ran away from it.
They ran away from it. It was spooky.
Actually, yeah, man, I'm gonna check.
It's Icarus and his dad in the maze, right?
Is it?
That's
Okay,
the
and
Minotaur.
then Perseus, I think, is just sent after, and he just Theseus. That's it, Theseus.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the reason I know that is Buffy, because he's in the labyrinth or whatever, isn't he, Theseus? And in the labyrinth is the Minotaur.
Yeah.
Okay,
What? Oh, she fucking turned me to stone. That fuck you, game.
basically, Theseus just stabbed him with a sword.
Oh, okay. Doesn't Buffy like take a swing
But
with an axe or
Indian
some
originally,
shit?
I'm Chinese.
sorry.
You didn't know about Indian, did you?
Did you get any kind of response from I Hate Everything as well, Rex?
Not that I know of.
Hmm. Not even
What would he say?
recognition. No, I wouldn't expect that. I would expect maybe someone was like, "Have you seen this?" And then I Hate Everything says, "I didn't like it."
I didn't like it because it calls out the incredible fucking hypocrisy that
I mean, you know what's gonna happen. People will be like, "You couldn't just let him have an opinion, Rags? Seriously."
Monster.
If his opinion wasn't directed exactly at people just like you and I, maybe I would have let it slide more.
People are
But
going nuts.
if you indirectly make videos about me, I might directly make videos about you.
Yeah, but he respected your opinion. You didn't respect his opinion. That makes you worse. Oh, I'm dead.
All of Mauler's education is based on Buffy.
Who said that?
Samuel Gray.
Yeah, I feel
Samuel
I had to
Gray
be
is-
someone who's been here for a while because I just reference it all the time. My education.
First black superhero? Haven't you heard of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
What is that?
That's actually one of those shows I've just never seen.
I'll make a video about it eventually, and then you'll have to.
Shame on you. You never lived.
Well, when I was growing up, I was mainly just playing video games.
Weirdo.
Oh, yes, I know. I was actually an outlier that I was mostly just pissing
Yeah.
around with Rome.
All of us here were mainly just reading books or playing outside in the sun. None of us were actually playing video games. Fuck that.
Oh, so I'm in a company of pure intellectuals. Oh, why'd you go
Mhm.
then?
I think all of us have seen Rick and Morty, right?
Oh my god.
Oh, God. Yep.
Aha! She tried to tism on me and it didn't work.
Okay, so my decision
Damn
to
it.
have Chinese has been overruled because my brother won.
Oh, China.
Vagina?
Vagina.
It's creepy, dude.
China,
Okay,
vagina.
I don't know if you're referencing Trump or Christian.
Oh, either or, you know.
Just to pressure to know who Christian is.
Oh, why is there another one of these guys?
There's always two in the scene, you idiot.
Shut up, Metal!
No.
You don't know nothing.
I know something.
There are 3 Gorgons, so I suppose you're gonna have to kill 3 eventually.
Is Molar a Gary Stew?
Well, he's correct nearly all the time, so clearly.
I don't have many powers, though. So I need my Gary
the-
Stew upgrades.
The power of common sense is incredibly over.
Oh shit, man. Neat. Stupid. Yeah. Ooh, that was close. That did not work. How am I alive?
That didn't work.
Shut up, Metal. You're ruining my stream.
No.
I will murder this woman.
That's sexist. Dig it.
In my opinion, it's not, though.
What?
Hey, that'd be a way to get them, wouldn't it? Because they're all about opinions and stuff. What if I said, in my opinion, it's not sexist? And then they'd have to reconcile. It'd be impossible. Like a paradox.
Because then you'd be called opinionated, and that's apparently a bad thing. So
You argue that there's no such thing as biological sex.
Biological opinions?
Oh God, I despise people like that.
Because you can't be
Sand
sexist if there's no
Amatsu.
such thing as sex.
Interesting question.
There is. Their entire point is that sex is what it is, but gender is the thing they change.
No, a gender studies professor said that.
Well,
On
she's
live
wrong.
TV in Canada.
She's
so
wrong,
It's,
she's
it's
wrong.
true
And,
now.
yeah,
No,
also
it's a
it's-
guy. It was a guy. It was not a woman.
It's wrong. Also, it's Canada. Why would anyone believe you?
Actually, Yolks, well, Yolksplooge, I guess, is the name. The question of why is it that that kid with a broom pulls it up and blah blah blah, and then Rey's like that old before she realizes she has the Force. I thought that in The Force Awakens, the whole point was that the Force awakened Rey because there was a lack of good Force users in the world. There's another point, but it's like, but also there's Force users everywhere.
Well, I mean, the movie's literally called The Force Awakens.
The idea of the Force awakening Rey does actually make sense because the Force does have some form of conscience, but it's kind of this really silly
Episode
thing. with the
4.5,
lore, because-
The Force Takes an
I don't know, man. I feel like an old
The
fogey. I
Force-
just prefer it where nobody has the Force unless they're trained to understand and use it.
well,
Like
the
they
Force
have
is
it, but they
this-
can't do anything with it until that happens.
Yeah,
That's
either that or
that's
they can
generally
only
what it is.
use it in the most like rudimentary sort of ways.
Yeah, like they try their ass off and they
Oh.
can move a pebble, you know.
Yeah, or it's something where they can't really control it, so like they can maybe force pull or push, because it's easy to direct it, but they can't like lift things and hold it in the air steady and things like that. So you see people out in the universe who are able to use these powers, but they can't really control it all that much.
Check out what
But
I
it's
just
a
got
useful thing to have.
Medusa knockoff to do. That was badass.
there's actually something that the Jedi actually do to children, which is called opening the mind to the Force. It basically means that someone who isn't trained, they can have the Force, they can do very limited stuff with it. Most of the time, it will manifest as in them just being a bit of a weird person. As in Star Wars universe, if someone's eccentric, chances are they've got the Force. But what the Jedi do is they say, okay, you can use the Force, let's say you, and let's do something to you, which means you can actually control it to some degree now. And it's kind of implied that every single Force organization does something similar to that. But you won't really get this person who has never been trained in the Force just thinking, wait, the Force, just Force choke somebody, that would not happen, or, I don't know, being strapped to a
You say that, just wait for Disney to fuck it up for you.
You will take me to something.
Fucking no! Ooh, that was close. And that still got me great.
Yeah. Force persuasion is one of the most difficult things a Jedi can actually do. She just does it instantly.
Force what?
Force persuasion. It's what they do.
What,
when
like
they do
mind
that thing
tricks?
with their hand. Yeah, mind trick. Remember, I'm a guy who was brought up on KOTOR, so it's called force persuasion in that, or mind dominating, yeah.
What's so interesting, though, was that Rey, growing up in the situation that she grew up in, you would have, like, I think that's one of the, and it's the same issue with Finn, too, like, you would have never guessed that he was this elite stormtrooper raised from childhood to be this
She's apparently, in canon, she's a
duty-bound-
slave. She was given to Unkar Plutt. I was like, huh. You wouldn't have guessed that from what you see in TFA.
Yeah.
You just think she's like a
Yeah, you
lone
had no
scavenger.
idea. She's just happy, optimistic, carefree. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, because the idea that you get behind with his little outpost is that these people are here through some thing that happened, and he's there going, okay, I can give you food supplies if you bring me shit I can sell.
Yeah, pretty much, and it makes sense
Which
to
makes
me.
sense. That's, yeah, that would make sense. I'm thinking, yeah, that
But
person...
like, her parents did sell her to Unkar Plutt, so it's like, So
You would think that she would be bitter and resentful, and she would have emotional stability issues, maybe.
Yeah, and
or
she wouldn't be able
would
to talk to
have
people very
trouble
well at all.
connecting with other people. Yeah, she wouldn't be very charismatic. She would be, kind of introverted. She wouldn't put herself out there. She would kind of, because she is this, young woman. In that, kind of scenario, it makes sense that she wouldn't want to draw attention to herself. But what we see is something completely different.
Yeah, she's this young woman on a desert planet who, for some reasons, doesn't have a massive fucking sunburn mark. And also...
Yeah, no tan.
She knows virtually no humans in her life. They're all aliens, which is actually quite a big thing in the Star Wars universe, even though they are quite equal as far as it all goes. There is still significant prejudice between the different species, so a lone human woman would not be
Fucking
treated very well.
Like, I can see her as somebody who, like, maybe she, like, it would make more sense that she latches onto Finn or to some other human character. She's, immensely, maybe, or she's distrustful. Her nature is to not trust people. Her nature is to be pessimistic, kind of stoic, but and not really assertive, because she hasn't had any. She wasn't raised with any level of power or authority. She was always at the bottom rung of the ladder, so she didn't have any assertiveness. She never felt like she had power or could impact the world, and those, and she learns her optimism. And I mean, Finn could be an inspiration of that, where he breaks away from the Empire, and he becomes this idealist, and maybe she sees that and latches onto that, or she grows because of watching him.
I just kind of phased out for a minute. Are we trying to give Rey a personality right now?
Well,
It's really tough.
And to be honest, her getting attached to Han Solo, yes, it's a vast fucking coincidence that he just happens to be in the area and just goes, oh, my ship, let's go over that, Chewie. But it does make sense.
Jakku is, you might think that Jakku is a planet, but it's actually about a 2 by 2 kilometer square, where everything important happens.
Oh, no,
Where
no,
everything from space lands.
Pretty
and
sure you're
where every
describing the Star
important
Wars
spaceship-
universe at that point.
Oh, yeah.
It's actually an incredibly in-depth role-playing theme park on Tatooine.
Fair enough.
She's such a fan of the series. She loves it.
Yeah.
She's such a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, no, I do understand
Quoting
why
movie Bob
characters
there.
like Rey would get attached to Han Solo because there's this guy who for her entire life she's just been a loner, always in her little AT-AT and just living there, probably fending off people who try and take her AT-AT, dealing with a person
Rape
who just
her,
goes,
let's
"How
just be
much
honest."
scrap do you have? Here's some food." And finally she's finding someone who's actually going, "Oh, you can actually do mechanics. Okay, let's see what you can do," and actually being kind of nicer. I can see why she gets attached.
It makes sense. It would make sense that, like, what if, like, Finn crashes and the first thing he finds is, a sandstorm blows in and he stumbles into the AT-AT looking for shelter, and that's how they meet, and she thinks he's trying to rob her.
Stop trying to correct the
or
film. It was
something like
terrible.
that. It was fucking so bad. You have to start at square -1.
I always feel bad for people trying to work on, like, do this, do this, do this. Like, you have to get to that point where you're like, when are they going to do the part where they go...
Let me wallow in my misery.
Well, I'm actually, that's what I'm saying. It's like, they seem so hopeful talking about all these different ideas. Like, when are they going to come back to reality and realize that none of this matters? It's like, we didn't get it.
Yeah, I mean...
But at least we got,
Captain Phasma? She was pretty awesome.
Yeah, she was... Her actions and character were,
I know,
man, they were inspiring.
Yeah,
They were on
had such
point. It's probably the
impact on
best part of
plot.
it.
No, I just connected to her because of the flesh.
Let me actually
Flash.
look up her screen time.
It's
Roughly 5
probably
minutes?
something like 5 minutes across the entire thing.
Screen time breakdown, Star Wars. Oh
I wanted
my.
a screen time for both films put together just for the funnies.
Yeah,
Captain Phasma is on screen in The Force Awakens for 1 minute and 45 seconds.
oh my god!
Wow. That's actually
That's
less than I
in
thought
the
it
film.
was.
That's a
She is-
glorified cameo.
She is in the film the same amount of time as Laura San Tekka, whoever that is.
What?
C-3PO.
He's in the film for like one scene.
C-3PO is in the film for as long as Captain Phasma. In The
No,
Last
yeah, I
Jedi,
meant
she
Lord
is-
Santeca.
Tekker again, which one's
He's Max von Sydow.
Wow, she's
Oh
in the
my
film
God,
for
Yeah,
the
he's
exact
not in the
same
film
time
for
in
more
The
than that
Force
one
Awakens.
scene.
The Last Jedi.
Okay, the character who was laughed at for just showing up, going, "I have much important things to say,"
Yeah.
and then Kylo goes, "I'm emo, kill."
Yeah, Captain Phasma, about 1 minute 45 seconds in The Last Jedi too. So she gets about 3.5 minutes of screen time between the two movies.
She's supposed to be the commander of all the stormtroopers as well.
I think she gets more screen time in Rogue One.
Who, Phasma? He's not in Rogue One. I'm confused.
Exactly.
That's the joke.
But she has more than Nud though.
So she had more dialogue.
No,
in
I
an
was
interview
using
than
But
exaggeration.
it's not that funny. It doesn't work well.
It
'cause
is fucking shit.
It would have been funnier if you said she had more screen time in the trailer.
She had more screen time in your video than over two
See,
movies.
percentage-wise, though, well, gosh, I guess you could break down the percentage of the movie. So, The Last Jedi is, let me see,
Too long.
The Last Jedi. Why does Control
About
F not work?
about half of her screen time will just be her watching.
Alright, The Last
incredibly
Jedi
slow
was
execution.
152 minutes. So,
Yeah.
let's be generous and give Phasma 2 minutes of screen time, being generous. Let's see, 152 minutes.
Hey, I did it. Took me a million years, but I did it.
0.01% of the movie features Captain Fat.
Nice.
So this character who was built up throughout both films, going, "Look, we got Brienne of Tarth in our film," and then in both trailers they go, "Look at her being badass," and the second one, especially going, "Look at her fighting Finn."
That can't be right.
Which is in there.
2
About a
divided
second.
by 152.
Yeah, that's more than 0 point something.
So I think I'm probably gonna stop playing the game now because I'm gonna have some food, which means I'm gonna stop my stream as well.
Yeah,
But
I'm-
it's
I'm
been
not Indian on the
fun. Let the dog have his joke. He's trying. Of course. I apologize.
Bye.
Shut the fuck
The
up.
point
Ian.
is barely.
If you want to join the Discord, it's in the description of this video. I will also post it because why not? You get to talk about Star Wars and then current events, all of the amazing, interesting things. So check it out.
Avoid Star Wars, though.
It's even Star Wars themed. So
Just-
so cool.
Just don't be a jackass, or we'll call you Roastico.
Exactly. It's not even a
Rice
joke.
taco.
Yeah, 24 hours, and then you get to join the main general chat. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I shall say that the script is coming along, but you probably shouldn't expect anything until the end of this month. But then it'll be like 6 hours of Star Wars for you to watch from my channel, so you should mostly be happy at that point. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.